You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit in a plan and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Yeah, it's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy, I'm getting it. I've gotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your balls. I got squat, I fall, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip-hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never
giving up. Taking that crown from you.
I ain't worried about you, I ain't never.
So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up.
taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make friends. Yeah, I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up now. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up. Hard words like a weapon, attack with no questions. In my own section and they still disconnected, cause their mind's been infected and they're filled with objection. Too filled for recollection, so we're losing all attention. They don't know I'm in contention, cause I'm gaining their attention, cause I'm making a connection. Lyricism and aggression got me feeling my ascension. In my passion, my profession, I'm attacking my obsession, taking action and progressing. I go off on the enemy, that's what makes them scared of me. Make my plans carefully, then execute them daringly. They say I act recklessly, but that's why I'm effective. See, you can't predict my tendencies, I offer no transparency. Some people think I'm lost, others think I'll be a legend. I'm never gonna stop till I'm one above second. And my thoughts at the top, but my mind stay present. Don't let your dreams stop, cause dreaming is a blessing. They tell me all the same, told me I won't make a name, but it's not about the fame, it's about keeping me sane. So I stay within my lane, feel my blood pump through my veins, feel adrenaline, no pain, welcome all to my domain. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't even. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't even. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't even. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make friends.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't bring me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase that, face it. I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Hey yo, everybody! Welcome to the Late Show, episode number 2, with special guest S.3 Productions, Lord Commander Chaos, and Bass. How you doing tonight?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Good to see you guys. Good to see the chat look sharp tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm digging chat tonight. We're rocking out with almost 30 people tonight. So thank you guys for joining us. So, 1 second. I want to start off by saying, listen, like, this isn't like our normal late shows where we delve into like paranormal and other shit like that. No, we pop culture all night tonight, because this has been a great week for pop culture stuff, and we gonna get into it because some of you who are around our age should have seen that trailer that came out this week, and if you haven't,
There was like 3 of them that came out this week.
Nope. The only one that matters. Shame on you if you didn't see it.
Can I say it? Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, live action Netflix, baby. I am so excited. You have no idea.
Wrong answer.
No.
Well, there was Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. There was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I mean, there was a few of them that dropped.
Nope.
Ghostbusters. Ding, ding, ding.
That's the one.
Oh,
You
dude,
guys
that looks so good.
Oh man, listen.
I am chomping at the bit to see that. Oh my god.
I am part of like. I follow a couple groups on Facebook called like the Manhattan Ghostbusters Corporation and Ghostbusters International, and these guys deep dive into Ghostbusters fandom, right? And they picked up a little nugget there. Apparently, Oscar's going to be in this movie, man.
Finally.
Oscar.
The baby from part 2.
You know, I had watched some interviews a while ago after Afterlife. It was probably a couple months after that. They had Jason Reitman on there, and he was talking about how he wanted to do like Vigo again, like they did with Afterlife with Zool and all that stuff. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, dude, blown away, because if that's the case, then this is going to be way better and deeper than the second movie was.
So, me and Truth, we used to say this all the time. If they're gonna like basically reboot the series, they should reboot it with Oscar as one of the main characters. We were saying this for years,
but the way I did it was this is before Harold Ramis passed away. I would have had Oscar grow up being surrounded by the paranormal, weird stuff happening to him, and he never really knew why, and then the guys break it to him, and then he dives into it and he takes over the business and stuff like that. That's the way I would have worked the story. But I love it that Oscar is possibly going to be in this movie. I love that. And the fact that Paul Rudd is a Ghostbuster now? What?
The ageless man. The
Dude,
ageless man.
I'm just waiting for somebody to take the trailer and Rudd roll the trailer. You know what that is, right?
Well, roll a trailer.
Ooh. You don't know what Rudd roll is? Rudd rolling?
Oh, no.
That's the one where people will take videos, music videos, TV shows, movies, and at one certain point from, if you remember that movie, I think it's I Am 40 or We're 40 or whatever it is, and he's like, Ma Diak.
40-Year-Old Virgin?
No, not 40-Year-Old Virgin. It was another Judd Apatow movie. It was supposed to be like a spin-off of the 40-Year-Old Virgin with all those characters in it or something like that. It was oh man, I can't remember the movie. Something 40. I can't remember. I Am 40 or whatever it was. It was a Judd Apatow comedy. It didn't get the due that it should have, because it was absolutely hilarious.
I'm gonna have to go look that up and watch that, because I do like Judd Apatow films. But listen, I saw that, right, and I saw the trailer, and I showed it to my buddy at work the next later on in the day, and he's one of those guys. He's like really critiquing shit, and he's just the whole time he's just watching like, yeah, that'll do. Yo, and I was like, I am. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to next year, honestly. That and
who's gonna be the baddie? That's the thing.
I don't know, dude. Because remember, wait a minute.
I got the Tobin Spirit Guide right next to me. I got 2 of them.
You have the illustrated Tobin Spirit Guide, right?
Yep. I have the written one and the illustrated one. Yeah, I'm not joking. I really have like both copies.
What was what was the name? I don't know. Was the name of it like the Frozen Death or something like that? Was that the name of the creature? See if you can look that up in the Tobin Spirit Guide.
That's
Listen, ladies,
like a Ghostbuster.
listen,
This is
ladies,
awesome.
listen, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you we geeking out, we geeking out. We got Tobin Spirit Guide going. We got all this crap in the background going, which I just got done doing. Wait, not him. That one. Yeah. So, dude. And another thing, right? Cash, you play video games?
I do, sir. I do.
All right. So, are you a Call of Duty player? Have you played Call of Duty?
I've played Call of Duty in the past, but I'm not really big into it. My boy Henry is. Henry plays that all the time.
All right. So, have you seen some of the skins that they have running around Call of Duty, like Nicki Minaj and Skeletor? And
I've seen
like,
I've seen the Nicki Minaj. I haven't seen Skeletor, but I'm down because I'm an old school He-Man fan. So,
well, understandable. But for people like me who don't like running around with those skins, like those shits are obnoxious to me for some reason. You know what I mean? What they need to start doing, right? License out to like DC, right? And get some of those tactical DC characters and put them in there as DLCs, and with like armor and stuff like that. Could you imagine like a Red Hood DLC, a Deathstroke DLC, a Deadshot DLC? I think they have no, they don't have Peacemaker yet. A Peacemaker DLC, like that shit would make the game so much cooler than watching Nicki Minaj run around with a machine gun. That shit is horrible.
It almost seems like they're trying to like do what Fortnite is doing, because Fortnite has got like cornered the market on cool skins and all kinds of different skins and that type of deal. You know what I mean? So you can't fault the company for wanting to do that. But I agree to have some of that really cool stuff in there. You know,
yeah. like they put. Oh, there it is. He's got the red one is the one with the pictures in it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yep. You got the Tobin Spirit Guide rocking out right there. All right, you can take yourself off camera, home. You punk.
Right. Let me look to see if I can find this. What'd you say was Ice? What?
I think it's called the Frozen Death. Honestly. But like, yeah, I would try to make a deal with DC, and why wouldn't Warner Brothers or DC want to make a deal with that? That's so much money coming into them. Give people some Red Hood, some Deathstroke, a tactical Batman, shit, hell, the Joker. You know how many people will buy a Joker DLC?
Oh man, I'll tell you what would be really cool if they put like the Joker who laughs in there, because Henry's like totally. He has a couple of the McFarlane. He saved up for these. They're expensive, man. A couple of the McFarlane Joker who laughs. They had two different kinds that they did. It was pretty wild.
Oh yeah, that comic is that's wild. That I read the story for that one. That was crazy. But yeah, like give the real fans of Call of Duty something good. I don't want to like they put up a DLC that was supposed to be Fox Mulder. And I'm dead ass. It looked like a Latin dude. No offense, but it looked like a Latin dude with a cop stash and a 5 o'clock shadow. Like, what the fuck? Are you supposed to be Fox Mulder? Give me a break here.
I would like a Mulder and Scully skin for Fortnite. I don't play it, but you know, I watch Oakley play it all the time. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, Fortnite. My kids just downloaded Fortnite on my damn Xbox again. Like, oh, man.
Oh,
Stop. It's not funny, man. Listen, I'm saving that space, man. That space is reserved for when Need for Speed Most Wanted comes out.
No. How about when GTA 6 comes out?
Yes.
Have you? Sorry to interrupt. I don't know if the picture is circulating around Facebook, but there was a picture that was taken, and I think it's Rockstar, right, that does GTA, or whoever's making GTA, and everybody's all scared that GTA 6 is going to be all feminized now, because literally out of like this massive crowd of people working on the game. There's like one guy in the whole picture. Everybody's like, "Oh no, flip it out!" I'm like, "Just chill. You never know. It might be awesome."
Well,
You know what
I
I mean?
did
Give it a
hear. I
shot.
did hear that the main protagonist is supposed to be female. So, well, hey, whatever. About time female gets a shot at wrecking shit in Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. Why not? Shit, they can be ruthless too, right? But I, the future of video games is going to be absolutely crazy, and the reason I say that is because they're start in Grand Theft Auto 6. They're going to start using AI in it, right?
Well,
Now,
the NPCs are going to be crazy.
yeah,
I was watching a video on that earlier.
the NPCs in that game they're gonna like be able to recognize what you did, and like it's gonna be fucking wild. Sorry for the curse. I know it's still a little early, but but I'd say in the next generation of consoles, now that you have the AI and AI generated images, you're also gonna have this. Have you seen the videos of this Unreal Engine that this thing's been putting out?
Oh, they have a new version of the Unreal Engine now. Huh?
Yeah, it's called the Unreal Engine 5, I think it is.
Oh,
Dude,
Jesus.
it is absolute. You honestly cannot tell what's not supposed to be there. Like they did there's a little video that they show where it's like it's the city, but the Unreal Engine implanted a car on fire there. Right, and the car looks like it's legit on fire, burning and shit like that. Like people should be running for their lives, but no, it's just computer generated, and you can see a little strange dude walking in the background. Like the whole image could be generated because the dude in the back was so far away that you can't see any facial characteristics. So the whole damn thing could be CGI. These games and these movies, well, for some reason, the movies need to catch up to the video games because video games got these guys hands down. But these games soon, they're going to be absolutely bonkers.
You know what's
did you
funny?
see the one shooter that looks absolutely real that was getting havoc about that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry. These damn headphones are loud. There we go. Okay. Go ahead, Cass.
Oh no, I was just saying that I'm probably a little bit behind the times because I've been what time I do get to play video games, I've been going between Minecraft and No Man's Sky. I mean, I'm still playing No Man's Sky, dude. They keep dropping these huge updates to it. They just keep adding. It's like a new game every time.
Brother, you got to step out the Stone Age, man.
Oh, No Man's Sky is great, dude. I've killed like 50 pirates, man. It's wild. Space pirates.
Oh, plus they just announced the next Mass Effect, which I was a big fan of that game, except Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda was trash, but the other ones really good. Sorry, moving around in here, getting comfortable.
All right, so I was looking it up. Unless it goes by a different name, it's not an illustrated one. I got to go back and look at the other one. But if I can find the name, it's probably in there because that one goes by alphabetical order.
What are you talking about?
The Tobin Spirit Guide.
Oh, okay.
Looking up what the big baddie's going to be in the next Ghostbusters movie.
I believe it was called Frozen Death, but I don't know. It might not be in that bad. It might be like a whole new baddie that they brought, that they made up. And if so, cool. I'm with it. Like, no offense. So back to Ghostbusters. I'm not berating the Melissa McCarthy version. For me, too bright. The Ghostbusters aren't. The colors aren't bright. Am I wrong here? Am I making sense?
No, you're not. You know what that movie reminded me of? The Michael Schumacher Batman movie. I think it was Michael Schumacher. The one where it
Was
was
that the
all
one that
bright
had
and,
George Clooney in it?
yeah, where it had
Oh,
like
God, that was
bright
horrible.
neon colors. That's
I'm
what
gonna-
it kinda
I'm gonna
remi-
state
I hate
this
to
now.
say it like that, but
As far as I'm concerned, that Melissa McCarthy, Kirsten Wiig Ghostbusters movie isn't Ghostbusters. I don't know what that is, but that's nothing. Blah.
they would have
What-
been better off doing the animated series that came out in like the late '90s, the Young Ghostbusters.
You mean
Remember that cartoon?
You mean Extreme Ghostbusters?
Yes, Extreme Ghostbusters. I'm sorry.
No, that's the one that had Slimer as part of the team or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, and like Winston was like their main dude, like their
He was the
main
nerd.
person they talk to and shit. No, I don't want to connect to the devices. Stop doing that. All right. So Will Cut just called me out. So sorry about that. Roll call, everybody. Hold on. All right. So we got Miss Kim Tackner. How you doing? Willie Cut. What's up, chump? Mr. Charlie Button, Mischievous,
Big
Blues
Willie.
and Music. Hey Joe, what's going on, brother? I hope you're feeling all right. Miss Duty Bird, Stacy Thrasher, Miss Sue. Not gonna do the rhyme tonight. Bryce, what's going on, bro? Mr. G. What else we got up in here? I saw Miss Arlene, Mr. Donald. How you doing? Who else we got in here? I saw Larry and Candace. Who else we got rolling around in the thing? Anything over there? If I'm missing
Blues
your name,
G.
I'm missing your name. I do apologize. Typhon, if you're in here, bro, what's going on? For some reason, that shit won't fix. Miss Jackie Hall, how you doing? And that's as far as back as chat I'm allowed to go so far. What I said, Blues and G Music, man. I said, what's good? What's good,
I'm
Blues
sorry.
G Music? I didn't forget about you, dude. All right, that's roll call. All right, so more shit. So we tiptoed on the Batman a little bit, right? So, Mr. Lord Commander Chaos,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this. We're
Okay.
gonna deep dive on. I'm gonna deep dive on.
That's
you.
an awesome name, by the way.
I was watching Game of Thrones earlier, so I just had to throw that in there, you know?
All right, I'm gonna deep dive on you. I need I need you to use gray matter here.
Gray matter. Oh, this is serious.
All right. Best Batman movie. Best Joker.
Dude. That's tough
Wait,
because they're
now,
all
hold
pretty
on.
awesome.
Yeah, you gotta clarify. You gotta clarify this. Can you take one Batman and put him into a certain movie, or it just has to be the movie that Batman is in? And can you like mention Matt? Can you take
No,
like
we're not. No, you
Heath
can't mix
Ledger's
and
Joker?
match. No,
You gotta be hypothetical.
no, because you can't put Heath
It's
Ledger's
fantasy, man.
You can't put Heath Ledger's Joker with George Clooney's Batman. He'll
Michael-
eat him alive.
Well, I mean,
He will eat George Clooney's Batman alive. Yeah, you're right.
This is tough.
All right,
Because,
all
I
right,
mean,
all right.
there's been a lot of Batmans, and I like most of the Batmans. I like Val Kilmer; he was okay as Batman. George Clooney, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he should have just stayed on fucking ER. But I mean,
now you know that
Christian-
was the director that messed that up.
oh man, it was. Yeah, I just don't like George Clooney. I just think he's a ding dong. But that's personal
was
opinion.
good.
But he was really good in Syriana. I think it was Syriana was good.
And-
But anyway, for me personally, I really like Jack Nicholson. But Heath Ledger was just straight terrifying. He was a better Joker. But for me, honestly, as much as I like all the different movies, Michael Keaton was just the man. You know what I mean? The only reason why I watched the new Flash movie was just for Michael Keaton, him doing Batman again, and he did not disappoint. The rest of the
Yeah.
movie was trash, but Michael
Oh.
Keaton is the man. You know,
That movie was,
And he said the immortal line. Yeah,
it was worse than a dumpster
I'm
fire.
Batman.
It was like two trash cans and a Ford Pinto. I mean,
Oh
it was
my-
just horrible.
Like, but all right. So
Well, think
I lo-
about it. It was shelved for so long because freaking Ezra Ezra Miller,
Ezra
right?
Miller.
He was
All right,
going
you know what?
haywire.
I'm sorry.
And he
I gotta
still let
point
him
this
work.
out. Mickey, Cesar Romero was awesome as the Joker. I grew up with him as the Joker. And Mark Hamill doing the voice of the Joker was just awesome in the animated series. So I didn't even take into account the animated series and the original Adam West one, because I grew up on that. That was Batman for me. But just strictly going with, just kind of strictly going with the movies.
Live action. We'll go with live action.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, Cesar Romero was really cool. But for me, Michael Keaton and Heath Ledger were like, those guys they played the parts so well. They embodied them so well, because even though Christian Bale was really good as Batman and as Bruce Wayne, if you went by the Adam West Bruce Wayne and the ones in the early comics, Bruce Wayne was just kind of like this philanthropist, entrepreneur, billionaire. He literally was just kind of a loose cannon all the way around. And Michael Keaton, to me, embodied that so well.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to agree with you with Michael Keaton as the best Batman. And yes, Heath Ledger. I don't care what anybody says, hands down, that Heath Ledger's Joker stole that movie.
You know what got me was if you watch like the behind the scenes stuff, that scene where they're at the big party and he grabs Maggie Gyllenhaal by the face, that was literally something he just came up with. You know what I mean? It's just one of those deals where it's like, I'm going to make this scene better. And he did that. And her reaction is 100% real. Like, she was completely freaked out. And that's what's so cool to me about that.
And like another thing, the scene where he meets Harvey Dent in the hospital room. Aaron Eckhart said that before that scene, they hadn't rehearsed anything. Before that scene, Heath Ledger had walked in and was just like doing the Joker mannerisms, like looking at him, showing how to approach him. And then they said action, and they went and did it and nailed it. Like
they said that he was walking around like the Joker the entire time of filming,
like that movie
and that attitude.
And
Heath Ledger kind of took on the role that kind of did what Brad Dourif and who's that dude that was in There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis, that they'll be in character for the entire time, even off camera. And Red Raider asked Best Catwoman. Personal opinion, it's always going to be Michelle Pfeiffer, because I just love Michelle Pfeiffer. So,
did you guys ever see the behind the scenes video? You know the scene where she whip in Batman 2 where she whips the mannequin heads
off the mannequins.
She did that in one shot.
Yep.
That shit was crazy. I watched that video. It's whack, whack, whack. Yo. Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't know, because all right, yeah.
Well, it's just because I'm attracted to women like that, so that tells you anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm love.
See,
you know what I mean?
I was digging on Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, actually, and truth be told, Anne Hathaway brought something to the character of Catwoman that I don't think any other actress, even going back to the Adam West Batman series, brought it in. She literally brought an entire new dimension to Selena Kyle, because you actually got to know the character in that movie, which is rare for something like that. You know what I mean?
A very sophisticated thief.
You can see that, yes, she's a thief, but she's also troubled by certain shit also. Like, you know what I mean? She was excellent in that movie as Catwoman. Now, we going to
wait. Hold on, you're glancing over one major thing that happened in that movie.
What?
With Heath Ledger, when he has the guy sitting in the chair, and he's like, "Look at me, and his voice changes.
Yeah, that was creepy as shit.
Oh man, honestly, one of my favorite scenes in The Dark Knight was when he's dressed up as the nurse. It's a couple of that whole line of scenes when he sits down next to Harvey Dent. And he's like, "Hi," And but also as well, the whole deal when he's outside and he's hitting the remote and the thing blows up and he jumps and just kind of scoots off, that got me too.
So there's a Reddit theory going around, right? So the theory is that the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, was actually a member of the League of Shadows, right?
I can see that.
Now check this out. So the theory is that the Heath Ledger's Joker is, he's like, you see he's obviously got some kind of military background, right? You can tell that by some of the shit that he does. But the theory is that he was probably a mercenary like Ra's al Ghul, got brought into the League of Shadows, right? And he was there in Gotham the night that Batman killed Ra's al Ghul. And he was one of those guys that Batman beat down, that got gassed by the Scarecrow, and that caused him to lose his shit, right? Because if you think about it, the Joker's doing the same thing that Ra's al Ghul and the rest of them want to do. He wanted to destroy Gotham, but they were doing it subtly. He's just outright causing chaos, letting it destroy it. He's going to cause the chaos and let the people eat themselves, right? I think there's some merit to that. That he might have been an excommunicated, a former League of Shadows member that just went crazy and they could just went off the hinge. I think I like that idea.
I do like that idea too. And you know what's funny? It's one of my favorite TV series because I've watched it probably 5 times. And no, as weird as it is, outside of the comics, no actual TV series, even as I can remember, because I haven't watched all of the DC animated series. The only show that really delved into the League of Shadows, but they called them League of Assassins, was Arrow. Mm-hmm. And you really got to see the inside of that, which was pretty wild, man. They spent 2.5 seasons on that, dude. It was a really cool show, man. I liked Arrow. I like it a lot.
Those old WB shows used to be all right, and then they just started killing them all. I don't understand why, but I digress. But yeah, that idea about Heath Ledger's Joker being a crazed League of Shadows member because he got gassed by the Scarecrow, that is completely believable to me.
It is if you put it in that context, yeah.
And then look at it. Go ahead.
It kind of falls in line with what happened to what happened to freaking what's the name Joker in the first Batman movie. We fell into the vat of acid.
Yeah,
and it changed them.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson's
now looking at
that is kind of believable. Now that
check it out. Looking at the outside of this, right now,
he was already in Arkham.
No, look at it.
He was already in Arkham for something.
No. Check this out. The League of Shadows is pretty much Bruce Wayne's nemesis in all 3 movies because he has to go up against Ra's al Ghul, right? And then I wholeheartedly believe that the Joker was possibly League of Shadows. He just got gassed during the first foray with Batman and the reason he makes up those damn stories about how he got those cuts on his mouth, right? Because Batman beat the shit out of him with those spikes. Makes sense, right? He's not gonna tell people that Batman did this shit. I mean, he's making up stories. He came up with 2 or 3 different stories during that movie for that, right? Now, like I said, Batman's main nemesis is the League of Shadows in all 3 movies. You got Ra's al Ghul, you got the Joker, who I wholeheartedly believe is a crazed member of the League of Shadows because he's doing the same damn thing that Ra's al Ghul is trying, and you got Bane. Who's an excommunicated member of the League of Shadows, who's still underneath the wing of Talia al Ghul.
I mean, you got to be pretty bad if you're going to get kicked out of the League of Shadows for being too vicious. You know what I'm saying?
And let's not forget that character Bane in that movie was a great villain.
Oh yeah, dude. I was born in the dark. You merely walk around in it.
Yo,
I was wondering what would break first.
it was
Your
tricky,
mind
right?
or your body?
I,
He snapped him over his knee.
when we had went to Hawaii, right? I was just being stupid. We had went to Hawaii and had a snorkel on, and I was like, you could hear yourself in the snorkel because of the full like head thing. And I
You
was
were doing the
snorkeling.
Bane thing, weren't you?
Yeah, I was snorkeling underwater, talking like Bane. And shit. This anonymous
you're about to get it
Gulfamite.
now, Batman.
That's anonymous Gulfamite.
You know what the crazy part is? It was Joel Schumacher's movie who had Bane in it.
Mm-hmm.
I really
hated
like
that-
that they
it-
separated Bane and Poison Ivy
Yeah.
because I've never liked Poison Ivy. I'm like, dude, throw some calamine lotion over her. She's not a problem anymore.
I'm thinking with the Joel Schumacher movie, he was trying to lean more towards the comic books because his characters look more like comic book characters, but I hated how they did Bane.
Yeah, it was really comic bookish. I'll tell you this though, what Dave Bautista, he needs when they finally start introducing the whole Batman and James Gunn's universe, Dave Bautista needs to play Bane. There is certain movie roles that certain people are made for, and he is made for that. Just like he was made for Drax, he's made for Bane.
Yeah,
Wesley
good,
Snipes, Wesley Snipes, made for Blade.
Yep.
Which there's rumors that he might play a variant in Deadpool 3.
See, that's what we'll get on Deadpool. We'll get on Deadpool because I know exactly what they're doing with that movie.
Since you were talking DC, and this kind of very loosely relates to it, so I don't know if you guys have heard these rumors. And as far as I know right now, they're rumors. But Henry Cavill, who played Superman and left the DC universe, and now he's left the Witcher TV show, rumor has it that they're going to reboot the Highlander series, and he's going to play Connor McLeod.
I seen that.
I'm down with that.
100%
I'm just saying I'm down with it.
on board for that. 100% on
No,
board. For that.
hold on. Apparently, he auditioned to be the new James Bond too, and they liked his audition.
Dude, he would be great as James Bond.
Mhm.
And Mickey, I'm going to say Tommy Lee Jones. I liked Aaron Eckhart, but Tommy Lee Jones was the man.
I mean, there's
as
only
far
been
as Harvey Two-Face.
there's only been 2 live action iterations of him on live screen. Anyway, it's been Tommy Lee Jones or Aaron Eckhart, and Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face wasn't in the movie long enough for me. You know what I
And
mean?
no, he
Two-Face
wasn't
is a
because he
major
played such a great psychopath. I mean, just
yeah.
terrifying. And then having half a face like that was like, gah. When I saw
Yeah.
that, I was like, ooh, oh, that's a bad day. You're going to need some Band-Aids. Ugh.
Oh yeah, Tommy Lee. Did you know that Tommy Lee Jones hated acting with Jim Carrey on that movie because he said Jim Carrey was a fucking goof.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like acting with Jim Carrey, but I still like the guy.
Oh yeah, I love his acting.
He
Oh, yeah,
hated his guts.
There's only been the 2 iterations. There's only been 2 actors who've played Two-Face on live action, and I'll give it to Tommy Lee Jones because Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face didn't have enough. Him as Two-Face didn't have enough screen time.
No,
That's
he
the only
didn't.
thing that ruined it. That's the
He only
only
had
thing that
like
ruined
half
it.
a movie, dude, and I would have loved to have seen a whole movie with him like that, you know?
Dude, it wasn't even half the movie.
Like the
him-
last quarter of it or something like that.
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes of him being actual Two-Face. But yeah, he just wasn't in it long enough for me to give him that vote. And like, there's only been one movie iteration of the Riddler. What?
Nah, wait shorter than that for Two-Face, man. Because think about it.
no.
The first time you seen him as actual Two-Face is when he's in the hospital when the Joker walks up on him. The next time you see him is when he's at the bar.
Well, actually,
then you see him in the
go ahead.
car.
There actually has been a third iteration of the Riddler, and that was that was the Batman movie with
I was gonna say
what's
that.
his nuts. Yeah, I like Paul Dano as an actor. He's phenomenal as an actor, but I'm not so sure how much I liked him as I didn't like that iteration of the Riddler. But the thing for me is that a lot of people hated the Robert Pattinson Batman, and I'm like, all you have to do if you're a real comic book fan, go back to the Detective Comics when you first see Batman when he first comes out, and it's called Detective Comics. That style of Batman is exactly what that is. You know what I mean? I liked it for its darkness and its that weird heady type of style, but it's just that noir style. I really like that because that's how those original comics were. So it kind of makes me wonder that is when they're in the process of doing these like this new DC style, if they're literally going back in time and kind of trying to reboot the whole thing, because there was a lot of camera work and a lot of things I liked about the Batman. But I mean, when I saw the Riddler, Paul Dano, I'm like, oh dude, he's gonna make a great Riddler. And then I saw what they did and I'm like, well, he's not really that funny. I mean, I grew up with like the dude that played the Riddler in the Adam West, where he was psychotic, but he was funny. Along with Jim Carrey was the same way, but this guy was just plain fucking frightening, man. You know what I mean? It's just like, what the hell are you supposed to be?
Well, and a lot of people had a problem with Robert Pattinson playing Batman in the first place.
Yeah, honestly, I did too until I saw the movie. And I'm like, okay, he's a pretty decent Bruce Wayne. I mean, he's like superiorly troubled. Like, not only does he have the depression and anxiety and the PTSD, but he got something else totally going on, like a bunch of his shorts or something.
He definitely plays a good, great young Bruce Wayne. He's still very mad about his parents. He's still finding his way how to be Batman and everything like that. I think the movie was actually pretty good. Now my question is, right? So they're talking about the second one. The second one is supposed to be the villain is supposed to be Clayface.
Ooh,
how are you going to pull that one off?
I don't know. Colin Farrell played a hell of a penguin.
But I don't know because look at Colin Farrell's makeup. Right?
He played a hell of a penguin. I didn't know that was him.
The penguin can generally be made up to look all right, like do a bunch of fucked up face. But how are you gonna do Clayface?
Well, it's gonna have to be CG. When he's actually in that big Clayface form, that's how it's going to have to be, I think.
Or are they going to change it? Like how that they put that twist on the Riddler, right? How are they going to change Clayface to that? And are they avoiding bringing the Joker in now?
If they're going to bring the Joker in, man, they got to bring Joaquin Phoenix in as the Joker because he was awesome as the Joker. I kind of totally forgot about him, but I liked it, but you know who I'd like to see play Clayface? I'd love to see Benedict Cumberbatch do that character. I think for that style of movie, he would be absolutely perfect.
You know what? I think you're onto something there, sir.
Whoa.
Well,
Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Pattinson are good friends.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, look at the style of acting that Benedict Cumberbatch has. I mean, in all honesty, I grew up with that Roberto dude playing Khan from the Love Boat, playing Khan, and he was good. But I mean, dude, Benedict Cumberbatch Into Darkness, whoa! I mean, like that is the character right there for me. That is the character. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. For me. Right. Sorry, my mic's popping. I don't have a pop filter on this thing, but
no, you're good. So, question: James Gunn's DC universe that he's developing. You're a casting director, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your Batman?
Oh. Well, I think that depends on what road he wants to do Batman.
Well, he wants to bring in. Read the script first. He wants to introduce a bunch of the Bat family, like Damian Wayne, Nightwing, just like he
Hopefully
wants to introduce
Red Hood.
characters like that.
All right,
Well,
so if he's gonna do that, then that means he would be old man Frank Miller's Batman.
not
The old man
necessarily.
the old man Bruce Wayne. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you're talking about Damian Wayne and all these characters, they're gonna be, like kind of just over teenhood. They're gonna be probably early 20s, which means Bruce Wayne would be much older.
No, Damian Wayne is in early teens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that would be rough. I mean, that's a good call. Well, I like a lot of people didn't like Ben Affleck as Batman.
It was good. Sorry,
I liked Ben
was
Affleck as
good.
Batman because I knew the type of Batman he was playing. He was playing the Frank Miller's Batman. And that's when Batman just decided to start snapping necks and not care. You know what I mean? He had gotten to that point where he's like Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. God, who would he play? Damn. There's so many good older actors out there that I would want to cast in that role. Oh man.
Well, how
Dude,
about
all right, now,
Scott
hear
Adkins?
me out on this.
Scott Adkins, dude who played was he? No, that was Ray Wise. Ray Wise. Scott Adkins. All right. So you remember Expendables 2?
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's right hand man.
Oh yeah.
That
He
dude,
also played the fat guy in the new John Wick.
Yeah, Scott Adkins. Apparently, he's been trying to play Batman for years, dude.
Really?
Like
Dude,
he was-
somebody
Hold on.
Somebody did a AI generated images of him as Batman, and yeah,
Apparently,
He can
check it
do
out. Apparently, he's been trying to be Batman for years, and he got passed up for the Christian Bale role, right? But he ended up being the stunt double for Christian Bale and Tom Hardy in the Dark Knight Rises, right? But he couldn't finish the movie because he ended up tearing like a ACL or a rotator cuff, some weird shit, so he couldn't be in the movie. But he's been trying to play Batman for years. Like that's his dream role, and I think he can do it. Like he can definitely pull off like an older Bruce Wayne, an older grizzled Bruce Wayne, and he's got the legit fighting and fucking martial arts background, whereas the rest of these guys who've played Batman don't.
I think you're onto something because he would actually play that role really well. I think now that I think about it,
Like the
because I kind of drew a blank on that one. You know what I mean? As far as like who would play it now, I'm like, God, I don't know.
like the
You know?
physicality that he could bring to that Batman role is I don't know if anybody else in the industry could do that.
oh, hear me out on this. What if they did like a Batman Beyond, right? And they bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play old Batman.
Oh, dude. I'm a Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan, so I'm down for whatever they want to cast that dude in. You know what I mean? So
No,
I'm just saying.
nope, you got it wrong, Bass. If you get Batman Beyond, Michael Keaton has to come back and play old Batman. Now, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he would be cast in a Flashpoint Batman movie, right? Because he plays Batman's father, Thomas Wayne. And Thomas Wayne as Batman is a cold-blooded killer. He goes around shooting people. Legit. He'll shoot you in the face. So that's the role that everybody wants Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play. They want him to play Thomas Wayne. And the story of that is that Thomas Wayne becomes Batman and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker after Bruce is killed.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's the way that story plays out. Yeah.
Now we're getting into the Doctor Strange, multiverse bending stuff going on right there. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah. So
So-
that's go ahead.
And now I don't really follow DC that much, but I was watching the Deadpool 3 trailer again, and they seem to be having. What movie was it? Did I miss that? All of a sudden, the multiverses are meshing just like in the Marvel universe, like they did with No Way Home.
It was the Flash movie.
Oh yes, the Flash movie. Okay, that I don't know why I didn't see it like that. I think it was because I didn't actually watch the entire movie. I just watched that part of the movie that Michael Keaton was in. But I mean, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, I'm like, that Wolverine's supposed to be dead, and I'm like, I don't care. I like it. I like the idea of it.
Well, Marvel's having big problems, but we'll get.
Well,
we're starting DC, but
Marvels
Marvel's having big problems right now.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, the Marvels. I only got to say this about the Marvels. That's it. I'm over that. Don't even. She-Hulk can take her ass right out the door. I mean, I watched 10 minutes of that.
Yeah, you're gonna have
like,
freaking.
Oh God, it's just
God.
like. I mean, why?
I haven't watched the new season of Loki yet, though. I haven't watched that, so it still might be redeemable. But
I haven't watched the new season of Loki, but I got a guy that I work with who absolutely loves the series, and he was like, "Dude, the new season of Loki's really, really good." He's like, "Basically, it's like the last season of Loki. It's just getting better." And I'm like, "Well, that's cool, sweet." You know what I mean? So,
Nice. Yeah. Let's see.
all right.
I think the
So
only
we're talking about Marvel now.
I would say just, because, you were talking about Loki because now you've got because you're entering into the Disney universe. All I'm going to say is that Dave Filoni just needs to direct everything now. And I think it'll be okay.
I agree.
Marvel, Star Wars, animated movies,
Marvel,
all that stuff.
The reason why Marvel is in shambles, they're thinking about bringing back all the original Avengers.
Yeah, but they can do that. But how are you going to get Robert Downey Jr. to come back?
He already signed on. They said he already signed on to be back into it.
Are they going to pay him $100 million? Because he was dead set against wanting to do that.
They're looking at getting. I think Chris Hemsworth is in talks. I'm not too sure who they're going to get to play the Hulk. I'm not too sure.
Dude, I love
not
Fat
sure
Thor. I can relate.
But they're trying to bring back all the original Avengers.
Chris, get your mouth away from Bass. Back off your mic.
Sorry about that. Chris Evans says he might come back. Chris Evans says he might come back. But Robert Downey Jr. is absolutely signed back in though.
Really?
Come back and
That's
play Tony
awesome.
Stark.
I'm happy for that. And I honestly, as much as personally I don't care for Chris Evans because he's been shooting his mouth off on social media, I am totally down with him playing Captain America because he plays that role so well.
See, I've become disillusioned with Marvel because there are so many other characters they could be focusing on. Stop focusing on like your Iron Man, your Thors, and everything like that. Damn it, give me a new Ghost Rider movie.
Oh, dude, I want that so badly. That's my absolute. Ghost Rider and the Punisher were always my favorites. You know what I mean? But dude, give me some Ghost Rider. And as much as I love Nick Cage, no Nick Cage. No. You know what I mean? Just give me some Ghost Rider.
Give me Ghost Rider.
There are rumors of Ghost Rider being in Deadpool.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Although, I will tell you one thing: the guy who played Robbie Reyes, the second iteration of Ghost Rider with the Dodge Charger, I actually kind of like that Ghost Rider. That was pretty good. That was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We just brought up the Deadpool, right? So we've heard all this information about this new Deadpool movie coming on and how they've got all these actors coming back and playing different variants and blah 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 blah.
Dude, even Halle Berry's coming back to play Storm.
Listen, I'll tell you what they're doing.
I love me.
It's a comic. They've written this comic book and they're doing it as a movie. It's called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Deadpool is going to kill the Fox Marvel Universe in that movie. He's going to kill them all. That's going to be his way. That's going to be his way into the MCU. You heard it here.
Can I tell you?
The Fox Universe.
Can I tell you something about Deadpool kills Marvel? Dude, 2 years ago, 2 Halloweens. You know, it wasn't this past Halloween. It was Halloween last year. It was one of the last houses that we stopped at for Halloween. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you literally just brought this up. And Renee was on Facebook, and there was somebody that had put up that they've barely had any kids were giving away candy and comic books. And I'm like, sweet. So we found the house. And we pulled up, and the dude's just sitting there all by himself in the dark. And you know those like big cardboard sleeves that people keep their comic books in? Dude, I kid you not, he had like 6 of them sitting next to him on this stone wall. So Henry starts digging, and he's pulling out, and Henry's like, what is it, just 2 comic books? The guy's like, dude, take as many as you want. He goes, I can't get rid of these things. Henry left with like 10 comic books, dude. And I don't know how many comic books in the series it was. I don't think it was all the ones he grabbed, but he literally has pretty much almost all of those Deadpool white cover Deadpool kills Marvel comic books.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, and he still has them. They're sitting in the closet, all in the sleeves, in a cardboard box all by itself. And I mean, I read through them all. Awesome. I'm like, seriously? I'm like, you need to save these for your kids or later in life. Don't ever get rid of these because you can't find them anymore.
Spoiler alert, you could go on Amazon and you could buy that book. The entire book. I'm being dead ass serious. Like, I purchased it before. It's Deadpool kills Marvel.
Yeah, it's like that thick. It's really thick.
Well, hey, since we're talking about pop culture and movies and all this stuff, can we hit the pause button real quick? Because there's something that's opening December 1st that I am so excited for. And I mean, I know you guys are you know, I think you guys are Generation X, aren't you?
On the tail end of it.
Yeah, I'm on like the beginning spectrum of Generation X. And yeah, dude, I'm going to be 48 at the end of the month. I mean, seriously. God. You know,
you old bastard.
I am old and I got the diabetes and all that shit. You know what I mean? But I got to tell you something. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. After the stream, kids, don't go look at it now. We don't want you to leave. Godzilla -1 opens up across America December 1st. It's already opened in Japan. Dude, I am an old school Godzilla fan. Like, every Saturday and Sunday, me and my grandfather as I was a kid, would sit down and watch Creature double feature. We'd watch like the old school, like martial arts movies. You know what I mean? Like how Michael Winslow used to do that in Police Academy. You know what I mean? He did move his mouth, but say the English parts. Dude, I used to watch, I have the entire Toho collection on Blu-ray. Every Godzilla movie ever made by Toho. And if you get the chance just to even look at a screenshot, this is like Godzilla is the bad guy again. I mean, this takes place in 1947, right after World War II. And after Japan gets nuked or gets hit with 2 atomic bombs, Godzilla comes out of the sea and starts eating everything and destroying stuff. That's exactly what this movie is, dude. They're rebooting the entire Toho catalog of the Monsterverse with today's special effects. My God, dude. Wow. Like, wow.
That's going to be great.
It is insane. You get a chance after the stream, go look at the movie trailer. They just dropped the second trailer. Good Lord. It looks so good. Like, I feel like I'm 10 years old again, man. Did you ever watch the original black and white King Kong versus Godzilla? I have it. It's in the Toho universe. I have literally every single Godzilla movie that was ever made by Toho, including King Kong versus Godzilla's in that Blu-ray pack. Like, it cost me like $200 and something for that.
Well worth it.
Dude, it's amazing. I mean, I got Oakley into that. Like, dude, I came home. Like, was it last week? No, what day was it? I can't remember what day it was. He was still awake. I come in, I walk in the house, and I look, and it's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. I'm like, what? It's got Jet Jaguar in it, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, yes! You know what I mean? So, It's just like, oh god.
So how do you feel about the direction that they're taking Godzilla now? Because there is a new like Godzilla movie coming out soon.
Oh yeah, well, it's not necessarily a Godzilla movie. It's the Monarch universe. Like it's kind of like
It's like the Titans.
yeah, basically, it's like an offshoot. Honestly, don't get me wrong. For me personally, I'm really easy on stuff. Okay, I mean, a lot of people look at me like I got 3 heads, but I'm really easy on stuff. I like things as, like, for instance, for me, the Toho universe is Godzilla, but I really, really like the new take on the new Monsterverse that, you know, Universal Studios or whoever the hell is making it now, the whole Monarch universe. I like that. I mean, I think for me personally, it's taking something that I absolutely love and you know, as far as movies and pop culture go, am very passionate about, but they're taking it and giving it a new dimension, a new spin, and it's basically, for me, taking all these characters I love and giving it like a new form of entertainment and adding some stuff in there. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with it. I've seen the trailers for the Monarch. I don't know when it drops, even if it has yet or not, but
I'm gonna put a pin in this. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about everything now having an extended universe?
Well, for me, if they do it right, it's just more entertainment. I mean, unfortunately, like if you're going to refer to something like Marvel, they've got this woke extended universe that just absolutely makes me sick to my stomach. But I like the idea of an extended universe. I like that. You know what I mean? Only because of the fact that if you do it right, you're going to have so much more entertainment. You get new characters. It kind of just, it gives you the chance to like re-look and relearn something that you already know that gives you more. You know, we all want more, right? Isn't that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to entertainment, if you do it right, it's like me, for instance. I'm writing a whole bunch of stories I call something called the Chaos Verse, where I'm just going to write stories and build off of everything. You know what I mean? So when it comes to something like, you know, the new Godzilla stuff, especially with they're rebooting the entire catalog, Toho's rebooting their entire catalog. You know, when you've got, you know, the extended universes of this, now you've got the Monarch thing, and it just doesn't go through the Godzilla universe or Monsterverse, it goes through everything. You know what I mean? I want to see more stuff, dude. I'm a major fan of Grimm. I want to see some extended universe of Grimm stuff going on. You know what I mean? I just like entertainment. I like new things and new ways of taking this little box and extending it out and giving it new ideas, but still keeping it exactly what it is. That's I like the idea of it. Sorry,
So
it's long
staying true to the source material.
So
well, exactly. It's like as an example, I'm a major RoboCop fan. I love those movies, man. You know what I mean? But when they redid the new RoboCop, they gave it a new spin, but they kept the original idea of it. They just kind of a lot of people didn't like it. I liked it for what it was. You're giving me something that I really already know and like, but you're putting a modern spin on it. I don't mind that type of thing as long as it's done well. And Joel Kinnaman did a great job as RoboCop. I mean, nobody's going to be as good as Peter Weller was. But Joel Kinnaman did a pretty damn good job as far as I was concerned for what he had to work with.
So I'm gonna drop this little bomb on you. Let me listen to this. Remember the movie Seven?
Yes.
What if Seven actually takes place in Gotham?
That would kind of fit with the whole mythos, wouldn't it? As long as they got bad Brad Pitt going, "What's in the box?" You know what I mean? I'm cool with it.
Well, this gentleman's putting forth the theory that the movie Seven actually takes place in Gotham, and what happened is that it's one of those crimes that hasn't hit Batman's radar because there were so few bodies. Give me a second. I gotta scratch.
I heard this theory. It's pretty interesting. Now,
Okay, so The theory is that the movie 7 takes place in Gotham because they never specifically say what city they're in. They just keep saying this place, this place, this place. And the cinematography and the way everything's portrayed is, it kind of looks like Gotham, right? And the theory is that the two detectives you have Jim Gordon as commissioner, right? But these crimes that have been committed, fuck. There was so few bodies on the crime with these crimes that were committed that it didn't actually fall into Batman's radar because the detectives figured that they could handle it themselves. Dude, I love this theory that 7 could have took place in Gotham. It's awesome. Plus, apparently 7 and 12 Monkeys take place in the same universe too.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could work.
I think people are starting to like reach for stuff, but
I'm sure they are. But
I think people are starting to reach for stuff.
But you know what? It's fun.
7 in Gotham, that does make sense.
It's fun. It's fun though because people are actually using their imaginations and not fucking being stuck in social media world or whatever fucking app they're watching or what have you.
All right, so we're talking about universes, right? So what do you think about what they're doing with the new Mortal Kombat? They're trying to make a Mortal Kombat universe. Just like how the video game is.
I mean, there's enough source material for it. They need to do it right. Yeah. I listen. They should have put Johnny Cage in the first damn movie, honestly. But we'll go from there.
Are you talking about the new Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, dude. All I'm gonna say is that I really, really like Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage. I'm kind of excited for that.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard it, I was on the fence. I love Carl Urban. Don't get me wrong. I love Carl Urban as actor, but I was on the fence. Then they had the photo floating around with him sitting there with everybody in the cast with his frosted tips in his hair. I'm like, are you kidding me, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you honestly. I like Carl Urban anyway. I've seen him in everything, and he's been awesome in everything he's ever been in, the characters he's played. But if you watch The Boys, I think he would be great as Johnny Cage. Bring in a little bit of that Billy Butcher, you know what I mean? And just diabolical. You know, friggin' awesome, man.
Well, it's like adding Carl Urban to your comic book franchise, whatever you're trying to do, is going to make it popular. Like it made it popular with the Riddick movie, Thor movies. He was in there.
Doom.
He was actually
with the Rock.
He was the better part of Doom. Just his Judge Dredd movie killed it, which we're still waiting
even
for that shit.
He was even good in Red.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's just the fact that
Extreme Dangerous. He was good in that too.
He's one of those guys, since you've seen him play so many different roles and he's literally killed it every single time. He's just one of those guys that if you give him a moment, he will play the hell out of any character and make it awesome. And that's why I think that he would make a great Johnny Cage. You know what I mean?
I definitely think
was he in
I definitely think them adding him to...
What is it? The Loft?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's like it's a story about a whole bunch of friends on the bachelor party and something ends up happening and they end up somebody ends up ex-nayed and they're trying to cover it up and figure out who did it.
I definitely think them adding Carl Urban to the movie is going to up the franchise to that movie. But then you have to, you got to give us a good storyline. You can't just, you know what I mean?
I mean, truth be told, I really liked the new Mortal Kombat movie for what it was.
Oh, yeah,
I really just, his character turned out pretty decent in the end, but I really don't like the new guy. just don't like him.
Oh,
I don't like his character. I don't even know what his name
Liu
is.
Kang.
No, not Liu Kang. I honestly, truth be told,
They
I
made him so cringy. Oh my god.
they did, but the thing is that if you go by the Mortal Kombat mythos, that's pretty much where Liu Kang started. You know what I mean? Although I do like the Robin show Liu Kang that you saw in the original Mortal Kombat movie. He was great in that. But it's the new guy. It's that new character they created that failed. Cole, yeah. He got better as the movie went on. I like his like Mortal Kombat powers pretty decent. I like the idea of it. I just, for some odd reason, for me, he just doesn't fit.
Dude,
You know
they put him in there as filler, just like you put beans and chili. Filler.
Yeah, and I could agree with that. I mean, in all honesty, I think they should have stuck with the whole Liu Kang thing like they did in the original Mortal Kombat movie. But
he's not really
Liu
filler.
Kang's really not the champ. Hold on, Liu Kang's technically not the champion.
Johnny Cage.
Think about it. Johnny Cage is
in part one.
Goro was the champion. Goro is the champion. And in part one, what happens? Johnny Cage kills Goro. So that makes Johnny Cage the champion, not Liu Kang. If I'm lying, I'm fine. If I'm lying, I'm fine. And I'm sitting square in my seat right now.
This is true. Can't argue that.
Goro has always been the champion.
But we all know that fucking hot dumpster juice of a Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It was blasphemy what they did to Johnny Cage in the first 2 minutes of that movie.
Dude, that movie has so much potential. They have so many characters in that movie. The direction of that movie was absolutely trash. Like, you finally got Shang Tsung, you got Rain, you got Ermac, like you got Sindel, like you got so many characters. That movie was.
Shang Tsung wasn't in part 2. He wasn't in Annihilation. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I said Ermac, and Rain. And Sindel. I said Sindel. Sindel was in part 2.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock high was the old Western, right? G Music. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Wasn't 12 o'clock high is when the dude had to meet the bully in the parking lot?
No. That was 3 o'clock high. I don't know. You're not. You probably won't see another Hobbs and Shaw movie. No.
That was.
I love Jason Statham though. Like I watch pretty much anything Jason Statham's in.
I think my favorite Jason Statham movie is Snatch.
Except them Crank movies, man. I do not like those Crank movies. Maybe I'm the only one. All right, Red, take it easy if you're heading out.
Yeah, like Jason Statham and Snatch. I just love the movie Snatch.
See, Jason
and
Statham.
If you have never seen the movie Snatch, you need to watch it.
Jason Statham.
The mechanic was good too.
Jason Statham is 007. I could see Jason Statham being a 007. Yeah, 007 villain. Because there's not too many. How many?
They were trying to get Idris Elba to play James Bond.
Well. Oh, okay. It was about a B-17 bomber squadron in World War II. Wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of Dr. Strangelove. Dr. Strangelove's where that dude sat on that missile and dropped that shit out of the plane when he was sitting on it, right? Yeah, that was Dr. Strangelove. I remember that one. I'll hide this comment real quick. That would be good. Idris Elba is awesome. Um, I don't know.
Because think
I
about
don't
it. Technically, James Bond isn't a name; it's a designation.
It's an alias.
James Bond 007. Doesn't matter who plays the role, who that person is. Because I seen something they were trying. They had a female British actor that they were looking at to play James Bond. Like, all
Yeah.
right.
Well, listen, they need to stop trying to change every kind of thing, man. The new Blade movie. You know, Blade was supposed to Blade. The initial script for the new Blade movie. He was
We
supposed to
started on
be.
that.
He was supposed to be the fourth character in that movie. It wasn't even going to be his movie.
No, it was gonna be. I'm listen. I don't mean it like this, but it was gonna be
Go ahead, I'm listening.
a group of women basically learning life lessons throughout the movie, and he was gonna be fourth fiddle. Blade is not fourth fiddle.
Merp.
Blade saved Marvel in the 90s.
Merp.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Hold on.
I didn't mean that as like an asshole remark or anything like that, but like that's what the storyline was gonna be, and that's why there was so much horseshit surrounding the production of this movie. And I'm pretty sure I seen a report the other day where they're about to the point where they're gonna say, "F it" and bring back Wesley Snipes.
Well, Wesley Snipes needs to have some kind of role in that new movie.
like Old Man Blade or something like that.
Not Old Man Blade, but he needs to have some kind of something. Like, maybe Whistler. No, Whistler's too major of a role, but he needs to be in that movie somehow. Hey, Willie Cut, check your messenger.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to have somebody play Whistler, you're going to have somebody play it as good as Chris Christopherson played it in that movie.
I think. You don't think Wesley Snipes can be a Whistler?
I think he could. He'd just have to be like this gruff old. You know, there's a certain je ne sais quoi to somebody be like, "How are you feeling, Whistler?" "I feel like hammered shit." You know what I mean? You gotta be able to put that through. You know what I mean?
Is Tombstone one of Blade's rogues, or is he one of Spider-Man's rogues? You know what character I'm talking about? Willie Cut, what's going on? You know the character Tombstone? Because you could bring Wesley Snipes back in as that character Tombstone if that's. Hold on, let me look this shit up.
Tombstone, was that the character that no, that was Crossbones, never mind. I don't know who Tombstone was.
Tombstone, he looked like, honestly, it looked like a black dude made out of granite. That's what it looked like.
Oh. So it's kind of like the inverse of Colossus, more or less?
Yeah. Tombstone Marvel. Let's see.
Well, think about it. If you look at every DC character, there's a Marvel equivalent.
Yep.
Every single one, there's a Marvel equivalent.
All right, so Tombstone is a supervillain appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, depicted as a hulking albino man with filed teeth. Tombstone is a notorious crime boss in New York City. Eventually, Tombstone will get paid out being exposed to experimental gas. He now has enhanced strength, speed, durability, putting him on equal footing with heroes like Spider-Man and Daredevil. All right, so he's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen that they're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin in like a series?
They are?
Yeah.
Dude, Dude, it looks damn good too, man.
It's called Echo. The show's
I
called
like the
Echo.
idea of Vincent. I like the idea of Vincent D'Onofrio being Kingpin again. I like that.
Somebody's got to kill their YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I like hearing my voice, but
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like Michael Clark Duncan had the size to play Kingpin, but he shouldn't have been Kingpin. Let's be honest.
all right. So we
In the
got
Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, he shouldn't have been Kingpin.
Oh god, that was such a bad movie. Ugh.
so you got we got you already went
That
with
is that
Deacon
is Green
Frost,
Lantern.
right? So you already had you already went with Deacon Frost. Maybe you can put Wesley Snipes Deacon Frost, but then you're gonna take pretty much the storyline from the first movie. You got Dracula, Baron Blood, Varney, Morbius, which that movie was trash too, and Ebony
Yeah, it
Maw.
could have
He
been
doesn't-
so much better.
Blade really doesn't have that
Well,
many,
they're
like-
also talking about making a Midnight Suns movie.
Marvel
Where it has,
needs to
like,
stop. You got
Blade,
too many.
Ghost Rider.
Marvel needs to stop. You got too many damn things in the fire. You're trying to do too much, and everything's starting to turn to crap. Focus on something, people.
You got a little bit of a grease fire going, and you have nothing to put it out.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, they're jumping off that now because you know why? Because they made so much money doing this shit. So they're trying to
They
leech
got
every single dollar out of it.
yeah, and they went
Considering that
stupid with it.
Stan Lee is now gone, and they basically have creative rights to everything.
It's just
And I miss seeing Stan Lee doing his little cameos in movies.
No, you
Oh,
know what's
yeah.
you know what they're gonna possibly do, and I would love to see this after Deadpool's introduced into the MCU, is have Deadpool start doing those Stan Lee cameos, popping
What's up, guys?
up in random spots in movies. What's going on, bro?
Not much. Sorry, my phone was messing up as soon as I hit enter in.
Yeah, have Deadpool do those shits now.
Well, he
Do
was
what?
doing that at the end of Deadpool too.
What's up, Mr. Woods? Welcome. How are you doing this evening?
Very interesting
Yeah.
stuff that you put out about AI, my friend.
So there's not really many villains that you can put for Blade.
Yeah,
I mean, they have something called the Legion for the Lucas Cross. Who is that?
Well, who's that new guy that's gonna play Blade?
Marsala Ali.
Yeah, I mean, don't you remember? I don't know if you guys watched The Eternals, which I like that movie. But at the end of that movie, you've got the guy who played Jon Snow, Kit Harington, is going to be playing the Black Knight, and now you've got I hear myself. It's messing with me. You hear the voice of the new Blade. You know, just as he's about to touch the sword at the end, you're like, you don't want to do that, Mr. So-and-so.
Hey, Bryce, it's you. It's echoing.
I'll be listening to what I have to go lay down. All right, Miss Julie, have a good night.
Night, Miss Julie.
Taking in, yeah, if you're friends with Mr. Woods, you know who that is. Go check out his latest Facebook post. It's very interesting. All right. So, all right, you know who? But wait a minute. In the Wesley Snipes Blade movies, right? Didn't Deacon Frost is the one that turned his mother into a vampire, which caused Blade to become a half breed, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
So why wouldn't? All right, so right here I'm reading another likely villain choice for Blade would be his own father, Lucas Cross. Back when Vanessa was pregnant with Eric, Lucas was sentenced to jail for a crime he never committed, imprisoned, imprisoned in Latvia, wherever the hell that is. Oh, he was in prison where Doctor Doom fucking ran. He was dying from cancer, but was given the gift of immortality by being turned into a vampire, just like his son. Ooh, can have his okay. You can have
That'd be
Blade go against
interesting.
his papa. Ooh, okay, so there's a few different things they could go with here. Question: what do you guys think about that Craven movie, Craven Hunter?
I think it's gonna look. I think it looks pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, it does.
That
I
guy's
think
a
Like
good actor.
Kick-Ass is
dude.
gonna kick ass finally.
Dude,
To me, they picked the right actor.
He's a great actor. He
See,
was in
he's-
Godzilla.
he's
That's the
being
guy that
one of
if,
those,
I can't think of his name right now. This is the guy that played Kick Ass for anybody who does.
Aaron Johnson, I think it
Yep.
is,
Yep.
because he was also in the second Avengers movie too.
yeah,
Yep.
he played Quick.
And he was in the one
Quicksilver.
Godzilla
Yeah, he's
movie.
Quicksilver.
And he was also in that train movie. What's the name of that train movie with Brad Pitt?
Oh, Bullet Train.
Yeah, he was also in
Dude.
there.
He looks
That's a
so
great
different.
movie.
I didn't even know that was him. He was a cool character.
Great movie.
Yep. And he was in that one Godzilla movie.
Yep, the 1st one. Yep.
Yeah,
Was
when they
it the
started
first one?
remaking it.
Yeah, the first
Rogue,
Godzilla. Yep.
Rogue, you are right, Rogue. Marvel has been pretty spot on with their castings. You can give them that. Their castings have been pretty damn good. Edward Norton's talking about coming. Would like to come back and be the Hulk.
No, we don't want him.
That'd be
I
cool.
don't like Mark Ruffalo as a person because he's a dipshit, but I like him as Bruce Banner in the Hulk.
Dude, Mark Ruffalo has a house in
agree.
my area.
Really?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo, Ethan Hawke, they live in my area. Why? You know how I know that? I've seen his packages at UPS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he's got a house in this area. I'm not gonna tell anybody exactly where it is. I wouldn't go there. His ass will Hulk out on somebody. All right.
No, it
And
wouldn't.
Chuck.
It's not that you gotta drive down that quarter-mile driveway to get to the house.
Hey, Chuck, with your comment on the Edward Norton thing, everybody says that Edward Norton was hard to work with at the during that Hulk movie, and that's why he got replaced. And then, no, it's not really. That's not really the true story. The true story is he wanted the Hulk movie to be a little bit more serious because the Hulk character is a serious character. And he wanted to make that movie a little bit more serious, and they didn't want that. So all the stuff that he would rewrite shit every day, right? And they'd be like, "All right, yeah, we'll do it, whatever, we'll do it." But when it was all said and done, they edited all of that shit out and kept it the way they wanted it.
Yeah,
So that's
actually.
that's why you ended up with that Hulk movie, that Edward Norton Hulk movie that we got. It could have
Yeah.
been better. It was good, but it could have been better.
I think I remember, it was a little while ago, but I think I remember reading like a Screen Rant article that Edward Norton had said he wanted to play the character of Bruce Banner. Bruce is Bruce Banner, isn't it? Jesus, I
Yep.
should know that. More like Bill Bixby played him in the TV show.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
Bill Bixby, dude, he nailed it. That just the way he played that character and how just pitiful he friggin' looked all the time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and they didn't want that, and that's why that movie. I'm gonna say this: it was better than that Eric Bana shit.
Absolutely.
oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that one sucked.
That was a disappointment.
Way better
Yeah.
than that one,
That
but
is,
it
if
could have been
you
better.
ever want to see something called a dumpster fire, watch that movie. And I like
And-
Eric Bana. He was
Yeah, I would
great
say
in
it's-
freaking,
Troy.
Yeah,
He was
it's
great.
too bad because Eric
No,
Bana
he
is a
was great in
really good
Troy.
actor.
He was great in Black Hawk Down. He was great in.
Yeah. So the plus the CGI and everything in that Hulk movie was trash. Like the Hulk looked horrible. And then they like towards the end where he beat up the blonde military guy and they started adding like comic book effects to it and shit like,
Oh,
you guys
God.
just ran out of ideas now, didn't you? Banning with some early CGI. Yeah, I agree.
I want to see him redo the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I don't know
love
about that one. That was
original
a good movie.
That was a good movie. I liked it, but
It was a good movie, but I'm just saying, if they're going to do all these redos, redo that one.
Yeah.
I got one for
I'm
you
still
guys.
If they had actually listened
I'm
to
still
Sean
waiting.
Connery, it would have been better.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Street Fighter.
I got a remake for you guys. So we got 5 people on panel right now, right? So I want input from all of you guys on the cast of this new movie. You know what the movie I'm going to name? The Dirty Dozen. Who you casting?
Ooh, are you serious? Are they really gonna do that?
No,
I
no,
don't know.
this is a hypothetical.
I'm saying hypothetical.
Oh man,
I would love to see a new Dirty Dozen. Who you casting in your Dirty Dozen?
I want some new faces and some old faces.
I'm casting what's his name? Sam Shepard as the major.
well, I mean,
Gotta have
first,
Daniel Craig in it.
first and foremost, do you know where the story of the Dirty Dozen came from?
Not actually.
There was a guy called him McNasty, Jake McNasty. I can't remember what his last name was.
I've seen this.
The fat electrician did almost a 40-minute did this dude's story, and because I've seen the original Dirty Dozen and it's good, but when you hear the real story of this guy, and man, you're gonna need to, in all honesty, for me personally, the guy that would be perfect to play the lead character McNasty would be John Bernthal. You know what I mean? Similar to how he
Okay.
played Frank Castle in the Punisher series. Because
Yep.
if you listen to that video, this dude is like it's the reason why he never like went up in rank. I mean, in all honesty, this guy killed almost as many Germans as the entire Allied forces did. Him and his little group of guys. Like they did things that I'm sorry, he should have been dead about 100 times over. But literally just insane story. If they follow that role, it would be probably one of the best war movies ever made. Seriously.
Now that you describe it like that, do you think the movie Inglourious Basterds was portrayed from some of his stories?
I don't know. Maybe. I think the idea.
But you know Hollywood
char-
takes liberties with
well,
stuff.
The character
Right.
that Brad Pitt played in Inglourious Basterds was kind of like that, but only very refined, because the man himself was like, we want you to do this. He's like, nope, I'm just here to kill Germans. Nope, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. I will drop in by myself. I don't need your help. I will do this shit all on my own. And recruited like 11 or 13 other guys that literally thought just like he did. Yeah, I mean, I think the idea of this person went into the creation of Inglourious of the character Brad Pitt played, but he was just very, very refined compared to how the real man really was. And Inglourious Basterds was so much fun to watch. It really was.
Hound Dog. Hound Dog, I got an answer for you. Who would play Maggot? Walter Goggins.
Dude, Walter Goggins is great. He's going to be in the new Fallout series, you know. Did you guys hear that they're actually doing a live action Fallout series?
I hope they do better justice with Fallout than that shitty Halo show, which everybody waited for years for, and then you take fucking Master Chief's helmet off in like the second episode. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, they
No,
never.
no.
Master Chief never takes his helmet off ever.
The fan made shorts for Halo were better than that show.
But I'm gonna tell you, you're probably gonna crucify me for it, but I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty decent, the special effects and the action.
Okay, yes, I agree. That I agree with. They should not have took his helmet off, though. I don't care.
No,
any
no,
which
they
way
should have
you
kept
slice
it on. They should have kept it on.
You have the source material right in there. All you have to do is just translate it from video game to camera, and you guys can't do it.
I think the reason why they did that was to kind of humanize Master Chief in a way, because even though he's the main character you play in every single Halo game, whether it be on a console or in the arcade, he's like this enigma. You know what I mean? Just this super,
It works.
like 10 captain. You're right, it does work, but I think in a sense, and I'm not defending anything, but I think when you're going to do a series like that, the people who wrote the scripts wanted to kind of humanize him so people could relate to him, because I think they were not only trying to draw the Halo fans in, but they're also trying to draw in people that have never even heard of it. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, Halo's a pretty epic story. It's so deep and complex. You know what I mean?
I think
It would be hard to put that on a TV screen or a movie screen.
I think trying to humanize Master Chief more is just some more woke bullshit.
Yeah, you know, well, you know, there is that. So, you know,
I'd tell you the truth, I'd rather watch 4 Halo movies that run continuously than any more Marvel stuff that's coming out. Because in 2024, the only movie that's going to be released from Marvel that they're saying right now is going to be Deadpool.
yeah. Well, you know, speaking of Halo, real quick, you know that the latest game that they had put out I think it was like a couple of years ago now, but it's that big 4, it's like that massive thing you sit in, that you sit in with 3 other people. It's like this massive Halo game where you can choose what mission you want or try to play through all like 9 missions they have. Well, we have a movie theater here in town called Smitty's, but it also has a game lab and a bowling alley, and they have that game in there. And every time we go in there to that arcade, Oakley and I are playing Halo and Mario Kart. So, just saying, you know what I mean?
Hold on, man. You still got an arcade?
Oh yeah, dude, it's awesome. The Smitty's Game Lab, it's insane, man. They've got everything. They've got like the ticket machines and the skee ball and video games. And dude, it's pretty wild. Pizza. Gotta have pizza and beer, or it's not gonna work. But you know, I'm just saying, yeah, dude. We go there like a couple times a month if we can, because it's actually pretty cheap to play the video games over there.
Mhm.
So
Really?
yeah, I mean, well, the way they do it now is that I think it's like they go by a time system. So basically what it is, if you go in and say like you put $50 on a card, because it's all swiping now. So they'll give you like a little Smitty's card, like a credit card, and say like you put like $50 on it. If you put $50 on it, you get 2 hours worth of game time. And every time you swipe, depending on what the game is, will take so many minutes off the card as you play. So when you swipe it, I think that Halo game takes like 12 minutes. So, you know, if we go in and we sit down and we got 2 hours worth of time on that card, we'll swipe it, takes 12 minutes off, and we'll play until, you know, you die out or lose all your lives, and you swipe it again to keep going, you know. So they've got a system like that. They don't use quarters or tokens anymore. That's actually a pretty cool system because you actually get a better value than a regular arcade. You know what I mean?
I was just about to say that. It sounds like a new age pumping quarters in the machine.
Yeah, it's pretty fun though, man, because that's what we do. That's the first thing we hit. If somebody's on the Halo game, then we'll go hit the big Mario Kart machine.
Nah, that's cool. All right. So, now, I'm still waiting for them to remake the Wraith.
They need to.
I will say this too. I turn blue in the face. Remake the Wraith. Keep the same material, but remake it in modern day. How great would that movie be?
It would probably be an
Like
epically
you take,
wild movie.
dude, with the technology, you could come up with some kind of concept car. Because I remember the first time seeing the Wraith, watching that movie, seeing the car, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
It kind of looks like Elon Musk's Cybertruck right now, only in a car form.
Yeah.
But it was clean.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. That movie is so good. Honestly, personal opinion, is probably one of the best movies Charlie Sheen has ever been in.
And he didn't talk much.
Nope.
No.
No, he didn't. They could do some really good things with that story.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring it to like modern day. Like maybe you come up with some kind of concept car, because they could probably whip something up in like 6 months. Give them some kind of concept car that's never been seen.
Mm-hmm. But that's
But-
fast,
Yep.
agile.
But you make it maybe in a sprawled out big city. Not a tight big, but a sprawled out big city. You know what I'm saying? Like where you have to like hop on highways and
All right.
No,
So, put
keep
me-
it countryside.
like country back road, like back roads, not country back roads, but like back roads enough.
So,
What about setting it across the country?
Gosh, what show do I need to watch?
That would work. So you would make it like the gang that initially killed him are now spread out throughout the country, and they're higher ups in their different positions throughout the country, and he goes to each state to take them out. Now,
Yeah.
that might work.
What the hell did I miss? What are you guys talking about?
The Wraith.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about how you could bring the Wraith into modern age.
You would still use cars, right?
Absolutely. Or we're
Yeah.
talking about like giving them some kind of like concept car, just like how when the original Wraith movie came out, nobody knew what kind of car that was. Like give them some kind of concept, or right? And then Wilcott just said like place it like basically in that same storyline, but the people that killed him are now higher ups in crime organizations around the country. So he's traveling to different states to take these individuals out.
Okay, I can go with that.
So you might get them. You might get them like getting one on a back road. You might get one. He might get one like in like the middle of the city or in the burbs.
Yeah, he'd be like one out in LA, another out in the Vegas desert.
One
or
in the
mountains.
backwoods of one in the backwoods of Alabama.
No, we'll do Florida because the Everglades.
Yeah.
JB, that sounds good. I think you would have to give you would have to give him a 2-door. It would have to be something like that, something sleek. Because
Dude, you make him a concept McLaren, dude. A concept McLaren.
Mhm.
a Charger, he would look too much like a cop.
Yeah, concept McLaren. Like something clean, something smooth, all black, blacked out windows. But you stay along the same lines of his outfit when he got out the car with the shotgun.
Yeah. Not only that, but the ringleaders still has his girlfriend, and he's having to go around to each one and he's trying to chase him down. But before he can get to him, he has to take out that other one that helped him. See what I'm saying?
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
And you bring the FBI into it.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, everybody. Butterfingers were 2 for $4.
Oh, Butterfingers.
Big bags.
You better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
I know, right? You're gonna get the what is it? The Butterfinger Bureau thing. Those commercials they had there. You know, FBI comes in and arrests you for taking somebody's Butterfinger.
So Chaos and Wilcox, I got a question for you. Go ahead, Wes.
We completely skipped over the casting of this new
Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen you was talking about. Well, I think we only got like 3 people. We got a whole other 9 to go.
Scott Eastwood. He definitely can look the part of a World War II vet, GI.
You know what? I do like him as an actor. For some strange reason, I like Clint Eastwood's son as an actor.
Scott Eastwood's a good actor. Whatever he's been in, he's been pretty decent.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'd have to like look up stuff or something like that because you want to do that right if you're going to do it. You know,
we'll leave the Dirty Dozen for another time.
Okay.
Because there's just too many moving parts in that casting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
now,
okay, go ahead.
Right now, since we like changed the season or whatever, I'm gonna ask this question.
Well, let me ask a question on this one.
All right.
And because I have an answer for this, something that I would like. If you were gonna take a video game, and it doesn't have to be something that we all know. I'm talking if it's obscure, if it was an awesome game that didn't get its due, in your opinion, what would be a good video game adaptation to a TV show or a movie?
Ninja Gaiden.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim's pretty awesome.
Castlevania.
Actually, you know what's funny, Dave? They do have an animated Castlevania on Netflix, and it is awesome.
All right.
Really?
We're missing the gorilla in the room right here. We're missing the gorilla in the room. Contra.
Oh, Contra would be cool. You'd have to have Arnold. You know what I mean? Put the cookie down. You know. So
bad dude.
No, man, you cast that one guy who's playing Jack Reacher right now. There you go. That's the blonde guy.
Oh, speaking of Jack Reacher, season 2 on the 15th of next month. Yeah.
I haven't seen season 1 yet. I'm gonna have to go watch season 1.
You're gonna like it. The guy who plays Jack Reacher is awesome. So I got one for you. I don't know if you guys have heard of this video game, but I've played all of them, and they are absolutely flipping amazing. They're one of my favorite games. Crysis.
Yeah, I think I have played it. Yeah.
Yeah, either Crysis
I've heard of it.
or what's that other one? Darn it! I'm missing it. Crap. It's like a horror survival game, first-person shooter. Man,
Fear.
It'll come to me. Yes. Either Crysis or Fear or both of them.
First, I remember Fear. First encounter, assault reaction force or some shit like that. That's what it's called. Yeah, I remember that game was first one was creepy as shit, dude.
The second one, Project Eden, was epic, and the third one, where you've got the spirit of your dead brother following you around, is pretty wild too. So,
no, you know what video game? No, don't stop.
Yes, Bama. Battletoads.
You know what video game needs to be made into a movie that they were talking about? They were going to make into a movie that they never did. The PlayStation version of Area 51, where David Duchovny voiced the main character. You remember that one? There was a first-person shooter based on the arcade first-person shooter. When it came out on PlayStation around like 2005, David Duchovny voiced the main character, and then it had Powers Booth. He voiced the character, and Marilyn Manson voiced the character of the alien, the main alien in the video game.
That was the Area 51 game, really?
Yep.
Because I played that on PlayStation.
Yeah,
it was an awesome game, dude. I would love to. That would actually make a Dude, I would like that because I'm a major X-Files fan, so that would be epic for like a one-off 8 or 9 episode season.
You know what? That's what it doesn't need to be a movie. There you go, Cass. It needs to be a short series.
Yes.
That's all it
Yep.
needs. Short, maybe like 7-8 part series. Area 51, and I'd be all over it. That they need to bring that out. So all right, so we're talking about movies. Can I touch on one that was made? Well, there's two that's been recently. There's a movie that's been made. It's done now. It's been shelved. Have you heard about this? It's the Coyote versus Acme movie starring John Cena.
What?
Yeah, it was supposed to be animated.
I'm glad they shelved it. I've never heard of it, but just the sound of it, anything with John Cena, no.
No. Check it out. Right. So
Well,
what
you
happened
can't see him.
So what it is, right? I don't know
No,
what
you
part John
can't.
Cena. I don't know what part he plays in it, but the premise of the movie, is that Wile E. Coyote sues Acme for all the shit that
All
blew
right.
up his face. So that movie shelved. Right now, another movie that was shelved that you guys have probably never heard of. Bass don't know what I'm talking about. It's called Sin Jin Smith.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Oh.
So, hold on.
Sounds
Bass.
familiar.
All right, so Sin
They had
Jin,
it filmed.
Listen, Sin Jin Smith was a horror movie that was made in 2005. Was supposed to come out in 2006. It was filmed. They had the stills. They had all of it done. Right. It was starring Roddy Piper.
Oh,
Right. Roddy
but he passed
Piper.
away, right?
No, this was way before he passed away. This movie was made in like 2005. So the premise of this movie now, all right, Roddy Piper and his partner, U.S. Marshals, right? Now the premise of this movie is that
Is that your friend?
Yeah. That's Truth and Bass, and that's Dave Wilcott.
Basically. Those are my
what's going on, little dude?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, man.
I don't know about Dave. I'll have to ask him. So Oakley's in here playing on the floor. He's looking at the screen. He goes, "Those your friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's Bass, there's Truth, and there's Dave." He's like, "So basically, they're my uncles." I'm like, "Well, yeah, Bass and Truth. I don't have to ask Dave if he wants to, take you on as a nephew that you'll probably never see unless he comes up to the frozen north." But
Tundra.
Yeah, as long as you got some clam chowder.
I got buddy. By Jesus, let me tell you something, guy. I got me some.
Are you gonna have the
chowder
oyster cracker with it?
No, but give you oyster crackers till they come out of your ears.
Okay.
But the Sin Jin Smith movie, right? Roddy Piper and his partner, U.S. Marshals. And the premise of this movie is that on Halloween night, the devil appears in two places. Stall Cemetery in Arkansas, Kansas, wherever the hell that really haunted cemetery down there.
Why does
And-
this sound familiar?
And he also appears on the high plains of India. So the premise is that one night they pick up this random dude and he gets transported to this precinct. Now the U.S. apparently they've been trying to find him. U.S. Marshals, which is Roddy Piper and his buddy, go and they try to pick this guy up and bring him in, but a whole bunch of bullshit starts happening where like supernatural shit. Movie was made, filmed, made, stills, posters, everything. Never came out. Never saw the light of day.
Why?
And I don't know. And the same thing with this other movie called Anunnaki 1. That's another movie that
They shut that down immediately.
made, done. You'll never see it. It'll never see the light of day. The dude who made the movie said that. He's like, "Yo, that shit got shut down. You guys will never see that movie."
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be like a 3-part. It was supposed to be like a 3-part movie. All right.
Now, I wanna say
because I
something
wanted to
Movies
see it
that
in
were
Naki 1.
completely made, and you'll never see the light of day.
Now, I want to say something about John Cena. I don't want to see John Cena in another movie role unless he's playing Jim Varney, aka Ernest.
Dude. Right, Vern?
Did you get that TikTok or whatever from Bryce with Jim Varney?
Oh, the one where he's like in white powder in his underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what he's
Holy
that one.
crap! Oh, that definitely wasn't no Vern. I can tell you that.
I don't know if I want to see that. That's just a side of Jim Varney I don't want to see.
So, it was
funny.
But John Cena
Remake
could
Ernest
definitely
Saves
pull off.
Halloween. Ernest Saves Halloween.
Dude, that was great.
You can't flat out cast John Cena as the new Ernest. Granted, he does have the comedic chops because if you watch Peacemaker
He looks just
or
like
any
him.
of those fun, I know, but you can't directly put him out there because John Cena is just a slab of muscle, man. Fucking Ernest, that ain't Ernest. You know what I
Ernest
mean?
is the little skinny dude that lives in a trailer in the backwoods of somewhere.
Yeah, Ernest isn't a
Ernest P. Worrell.
Ernest P. Worrell is not a 230-pound fucking strong safety built person. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Now we all know that Hollywood takes liberties with stuff. So somehow, some way, I think they can figure out how to get John Cena as Ernest.
You know, I gotta tell
Maybe
you,
you know what? Maybe make him the PE teacher at the school.
I can't see. I would love to see him play Ernest because he's a dead winner.
Ernest Jr.
It won't happen.
Oh no! You know what? Have him play Ernest in his younger years, when he's like 20.
But then you can no
because you
people
can't
like
say
us,
you
like,
can't call him 25 and he looks like he's 50. You can't do that.
because then you get people like us like, all right, Ernest, what the hell happened to you? You apparently this is a prequel, right? What the fuck, you went from that to this. What the hell happened? Like, cool, it wouldn't work. Maybe pull him off as his son or something like that, or like
Man,
that'll
work too. EJ Ernest Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only way it could work. Honestly, he'd have to be a junior. If I want something,
I'd hate to see his mom.
not if he looks like his mom.
Brad Blues. Hold up, Blues. Hold up, I'm gonna put that on screen.
Ernest does steroids.
Brad Pitt would make
I think we have a Brad Pitt fan in the house. I'm just saying.
Brad Pitt cannot play Ernest. No.
Dude, hear me out on this one. Now, all right, hear me out.
I like Brad Pitt. I definitely do. He's been in some awesome stuff, man. But
Dude,
Ernest,
what if Brad Pitt played Two-Face?
You know what I want? If you're talking about an Ernest type character, I want another Hubie Halloween, or maybe a Hubie Christmas since Halloween has gone by. I want another one of those because I love Adam Sandler, and that movie was so stupid I laughed myself silly.
Well, all Adam Sandler movies are good. Even what?
No, I'm just reading something out.
Even
Hey, you guys, I'm seeing a lot of John Cena's, and this just came to mind. But did you know that Peacemaker is in the new Mortal Kombat game and one of the extra packs that you can buy?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just found this out. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Him. The main character from Invincible, Omni-Man. Apparently, his finisher in that game is absolutely fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like
that,
I saw a video.
That's what Oakley's been talking about for the past 2 days is Omni-Man. I watched Henry play Omni-Man. I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah, that
Oh, dude, I'm looking at it right in the chat. Gregory, Ernest does steroids. There it is. That's how you get John Cena into the Ernest role.
No.
That would break every child's heart in America.
Now, truth,
Nah,
when I said Brad Pitt as Two-Face, I seen you lean back in your chair and start rubbing your beard, pondering what I just said. What was you thinking?
Uh-huh.
I could see that. Brad Pitt playing Harvey Dent.
Two-Face.
He could do it. He could. He's got the chops for it. He could do that and do it well.
Yeah. I mean, shit. He appeared in Deadpool for Deadpool 2 for a cup of coffee.
And I didn't know that shit till I seen him. I didn't know that till I watched the credits.
Yeah,
Really?
He was the Invisible Guy. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he was the Invisible
guy that got electrocuted.
Yeah, I
Ryan
know.
Reynolds was like, Ryan
I didn't
Reynolds
know
was
that.
like, Ryan Reynolds was like, yo, what do I have to do to get you to play in this movie? He's like, yo, get me a cup of coffee. He gave him a cup of coffee and he appeared in the movie. Seriously.
Are we talking the Deadpool movie with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
it was
dude.
That
part
easy.
two.
Deadpool 2.
Just part 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Where he assembled
X Factor.
X-Force. And everybody
X-Force.
jumped out of the plane and died. Everybody jumped out of the plane and died. Almost.
See,
No. What's his name?
I'm-
Didn't die. The regular guy.
See,
He let him go.
He got nah, man. He got put in the wood chipper.
Oh, he did. He fell in the wood chipper, didn't he?
Yeah, trying to
Oh,
save somebody
no.
or something like that. And he went into the wood chipper.
but they're supposed to be bringing him back. Yeah. They're bringing that
makes it
character
work,
back.
right?
To play. Oh, man. Fuck, I lost my train of thought here.
Brad Pitt
okay.
is Two-Face.
Yeah, Brad Pitt is Two-Face. I kind of like that idea. Now, for years now, I've been saying I need to see Johnny Depp play the Riddler.
Oh,
Ooh.
I never thought of that.
Look,
That would
Johnny,
be
look,
interesting.
we gonna go star casting right now. Johnny Depp is the Riddler, right? Brad Pitt is Two-Face, right? Willem Dafoe as Joker.
Dude,
Yeah.
he came out
Yep.
recently and said he wants to play the Joker.
He'd be a
He
perfect
recently came out
Joker.
and said that. I'm not too sure which version he wants to play, but he wants to play the Joker.
He could play a good Arkham Knight's Joker, or
Yeah.
like the Arkham video game
Just
series. He
because
would be a good
of
Joker
that
for
nose and that chin.
Yeah, he would play
Yep.
a good Joker. He'd be a good Joker for those type of roles. But yeah, Johnny
Amber
Depp.
Heard is
as-
Catwoman.
Amber Heard is
Ooh.
Catwoman.
Well, she'll definitely shit on the bed. I'll tell you that much.
Nah.
Drop big Lincoln logs in a cat litter.
Oh no, you can't get a cat. You can't get a cat box that big. You have to build one.
What are you talking about? There's a whole desert outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah, true that.
Defoe, G Music, Defoe as the Joker, and Johnny Depp as the Riddler.
Johnny Depp as a
I've been
Riddler would
saying,
be a great
I've been
cast.
saying Johnny. Ever since Batman Begins, I've been saying, yo, they need to cast Johnny Depp as the Riddler. Depp would be a great Riddler.
Yep, with Michael Keaton as Batman. Yes.
No. If you put
Possibly.
actually, if you put Johnny Depp as Riddler, right, you could put Scott Adkins as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still kind of getting behind this idea of Scott Adkins as Batman. Also, Jensen Ackles has my vote for DC Batman. Dean from fucking Supernatural.
Mhm.
Give him Batman.
The guy that
Give him-
played Superman in Smallville, when there's a video when he auditioned for that role, guess who he was up against? Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
For the
Dude.
Superman
Jensen
role in
Ackles ended up
Smallville.
getting, he ended up getting a role in Smallville any damn way as like a coach or
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jensen Ackles was absolutely epic as Soldier Boy in The Boys. Oh my god,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so much fun to watch.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, Jensen Ackles as Batman, or cast him in Marvel and give me Jensen Ackles as Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider.
Yes. Yes,
I
I'll
think
take it.
he would
You know
be
what?
I can
perfect
take
for
that.
Yep.
But you know what? I think mainstream Hollywood that makes movies, they're actually leaning away from them.
Yep.
Well, away from him because that one movie that he came out with, it was around the time where Jared Padalecki came out with the Jason movie.
But
Oh yeah, My
he's been
Bloody
in movie,
Valentine. Yep.
Yeah, that
but
was.
he's been,
Well, the movie
but,
wasn't very good, but he was good in it.
yeah. Now hear me out. That's years ago though, right? So now
Yeah,
look
but
at it. Now
you tell
look at
me
his
how
career
many
now.
actors that started on the small screen that went to the big screen that were
Quite a
successful.
quite a few. But like he's got a few movies under his belt. And now with his addition to the boys and people like you saw 15 seasons of his acting on Supernatural, right? I love that show,
One of
right?
the
Oh,
greatest
he's
shows
so
ever.
great.
And
He's so great.
then he gets cast in the boys, which that's a completely different take on a character than Dean Winchester was.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So
Complete
he's
polar
showing his
opposite.
he's showing his acting chops there. So I'd say, I'd take the chance and I'd take the chance on him and give him a role in a superhero movie. Give him a leading man role. Why not?
Ghost Rider would probably be the best option for him, honestly.
I think so too.
I think.
I think so
And
too.
see, I think he also did a few of those Lifetime movies too.
No, he was more on soap operas.
Yeah,
Like in
well,
his
we
early
all
years.
all
you
done
know
a
what?
few Lifetime movies, you know.
Dude,
is what it is.
a lot of people are calling for readers from The Walking Dead to play Ghost Rider, man.
I think he's past that age, like how Nick Cage is to play Ghost Rider, because you want to be able to cast a character. You want to be able to cast somebody you're going to be able to stick in that role for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that I would love to see Nick Cage back as a Ghost Rider. I think he's supposed to be appearing in a Deadpool movie or some shit like that. But Norman, give me an actor who can be in that role for a while. Like, you know how Hugh Jackman played Wolverine for 20 plus years and he's still playing Wolverine? Something like that. Like, I feel the same way about back to the new Ghostbusters. I'm digging it, right? Because these young actors that they have, these kids that they have playing these roles in this new Ghostbusters series, they could be in these roles for quite a while. So we can get
Yeah.
we can possibly get quite a few movies from these characters, and then from that you can develop your whole Ghost Corpse like they were talking about 10 fucking years ago with Channing Tatum or whatever. He was supposed to be in that shit. I remember them talking about that, but like cast somebody in the role that could be there for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, Norman Reedus, he's not going to be.
Like with that new
He
Ghostbusters,
can't be Ghost
you
Rider.
you've got the old characters in there to mentor the new ones so they can take
Yeah.
over. That
Well, I mean-
that works out perfectly.
Have you seen how good Ernie Hudson looks for an old guy? Like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd are not. They're looking old. They're old dudes.
look
But you
they
can
look
tell who's been
haggard.
taking care of themselves and who hasn't. And I'm pretty sure that Winston Zeddemore will probably be in the next 7 Ghostbuster movies because that dude looks eternal. He'll be
Dude,
strapped
he
on a
was-
fucking
he was
proton
even
pack
in-
at 90.
He was even in the Jenny McCarthy movie. Well,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
in the
Bullshit
Melissa
Ghostbusters. At the
McCarthy
end.
movie, yeah.
at the end, he was the uncle that lent her the hearse.
Now,
that she
now
shifted.
hear me out on this, right? Do you guys think they're gonna kill off one of the original Ghostbusters in this next movie?
Yes, and it's probably going to be Bill Murray because he's never
Yep.
really wanted to do Ghostbuster movies.
You think it's
Yep.
gonna be
My
Bill
guess.
Murray?
I think so, yeah, because
only-
for the longest, the reason why we never had any more Ghostbusters movies after Ghostbusters 2 was because he didn't want to do it. That was it. Ernie Hudson, Harold Ramis, and Dan Aykroyd, dude, they had scripts. They had a whole setup for it. Yeah, Ivan Reitman was on board. Everybody wanted to keep doing Ghostbuster movies. They wanted to do a trilogy and then do another trilogy like they're doing now, but he didn't want to do it. And that was the thing. He's like, I'm never going to do that again. And I think the only reason why he came in on it was because they paid him a lot of money to do it. And
That
You know what I
and
mean? It was like,
The Harold Ramses deal.
No, wait,
Like,
hold on. No, you're forgetting that he was in that horse shit of a. I don't mean to say it like that, but that Ghostbusters movie that came out before this new stuff, man. He was a paranormal investigator who got thrown out the window.
yeah, yep.
He was in that.
Mickey G. Yes, they are still in talks about doing another Constantine with Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
No,
dude,
that's
I want
signed.
that so
That's signed.
badly.
That's signed. That's already. They're getting into pre-production about that.
I want
And-
that badly because that will be a
And you know-
lot of fun to watch.
The dude Peter Stormare, I think his name is the Russian dude who played
he played
the
Lucifer.
devil. He played Lucifer.
Underrated actor.
They say that is the best portrayal. That is the best Lucifer portrayal in a movie, bar none.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so they're working on they'll be working on that Constantine 2 really soon.
Listen, I liked Al Pacino as the devil, but when he got very boisterous, I was like, all right. When he was talking to the dude on the train in Spanish, and he was telling him what was happening, like that subtleness.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Devil's Advocate?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
He played a
so
great
good.
devil, but at the end when he got very well, I understand the devil would get boisterous, but like that was a great movie. I liked Al Pacino as the devil.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I got to give you one. There was Peter Stormare was awesome as Lucifer, but I'm going to tell you, Gabriel Byrne was absolutely epic and scary as Lucifer in End of Days. Dude, he was so
You
good
know what?
and
A
so
lot of-
evil.
A lot of people haven't seen that movie.
Dude, that is such a. Granted, it's
a
an Arnold
great
movie,
movie.
like, you know. Come on, come get me,
What's your
Satan!
name?
You know what I mean?
What's your
But
name? Jericho.
yeah, Jericho, dude, it's such a good movie, though. I mean, honestly, I think it's one of Arnold's best movies.
Oh, I went to go see that in the movie theater.
Yeah. Mickey,
You haven't
check
seen it?
out End of Days. That movie is so good. I mean, I own it. I watched it I don't know how many times, but it is so good.
That's where he's trying to save that one girl, right?
Yeah.
And they end
'cause
up
she's
in the
supposed to bring
church at
about
the end.
apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah.
The devil wants to have little devil babies. You know what I mean? And bring about the end of days. And Arnold's like, no! You know what I mean?
But
Get
you know,
behind me!
a lot of people haven't seen that movie.
It honestly, it's one of those really awesome movies nobody really ever gave the time of day. It's just such a good flick. And, granted,
Like,
what
it
was
was
it
a
made at
good
the end
movie.
of the
You got your-
90s? And the
Yeah.
special
It was-
effects in it.
Yeah. And in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
I
I mean, and
remember
the
it was-
special effects in that, it's like one of those.
You maybe muted yourself, dude. But yeah, there we go.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
God, this microphone sucks. But I have to use my old Yeti because I can't, for whatever reason, get my mic that I record my stories with to work right. But it's like End of Days and Starship Troopers, two of the most epic movies made way back in the day. You know, Starship Troopers was late 90s. I think it was like 97, 96 or 97. It might even be 94. No, it was after I graduated. But I mean, the special effects and the story and the acting was so good. You know what I mean? And nobody was really like, oh, what's that? Be like, dude, you're missing out. Those movies are great.
Yeah.
I remember End of Days because it came out around 99 2000 because Arnold Schwarzenegger had went on to SmackDown and he was promoting that shit.
Yeah.
He slapped like a wrestler or some shit in the mouth for something like that. I remember that.
Well, when Arnold slaps you, you're going to know about it.
That shit was all fake.
Oh, of course it was. But, Arnold don't play.
I'm trying to remember
I'll tell
who
you,
he slapped.
I think it was Triple H. Another Arnold movie that's really good. The Sixth Day.
The Sixth Day.
Oh yeah.
I know.
That-
I've seen
that
all of his
clone-
movies. I know I must have seen it. I just can't
That
remember it.
clone, the clone movie, that came out in the 2000s. That came out after End of Days. That movie was really good too.
You know what's weird is that some of Arnold's best stuff people really haven't seen. And I heard this. As far as I know, I've read a couple articles, but you never really can tell what's rumor mill or not. But as far as I know, Arnold wants to come back in a Predator movie or two and reclaim the role of Dutch.
Old Man Dutch, please,
Oh, dude, that would be.
Old
Yeah.
Man Dutch.
I mean, if you look at, dude, they did a whole line of comic books, and Dutch was like, Dutch was right behind. And as well, they also had like Danny Glover's character, Hardigan. Dude also went like to Brazil to fight predators. I mean, dude, there's an epic storyline.
Yep, and then they ended up linking up.
Yeah, they ended up linking up. And as a matter of fact, I would actually like to see the dude that was in The Predator, the last one before Prey. I'd like to see that
Brody?
character come in. Not Bro.
Reese.
Well, actually, that's right, Brody's. But
No.
this is the one that
the Predator.
The Predator. Yeah, it had like that 12. It had like the 10-foot
okay.
tall Predator in it. It also had like Thomas Jane, Michael Keegan Key. I mean, it was an epic cast in that movie. I'd like to see Dutch hook up with these characters. Jake Busey plays the role of the son of the character his father played.
He plays. He's the son.
Keys, yeah.
He gets
So
killed-
I mean,
he gets
I'd like
killed
to
in
see
that.
these
He gets
characters
killed,
come
though.
in. He doesn't get killed in the Predator. Key does.
Pretty sure he does.
Gary Busey's character was, but I don't remember Jake Busey's character in the.
I think he
in
got
that
killed
movie.
I think he got killed in the lab when they were trying to dissect
maybe.
him, and the thing woke up.
Yeah, he was killed in the lab.
Oh,
girl-
okay, yeah, he was.
The girl woke up she didn't wake up, but it woke up and she basically was like it stalked her into the bathroom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
honestly,
Yeah, like
I
the
want to
old-
see
the-
somebody wearing that damn Predator suit fighting Predator because that thing looked awesome.
Like the old
I
man
would
Dutch.
love to see if they could bring in the aspect of. I would love to see if they could bring the aspect of Adrian Brody's character Royce getting off that planet.
I had heard rumors that they were, because as far as I know, right now, there are 2 more Predator movies planned. One is going to be the continuation of the story in Prey. And on how
Feudal Japan.
yes, and that's the other one, Feudal Japan. But you want to know who's rumor mill who is signed on to play the main character in that? The dude that played Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat. He was in 47 Ronin. I friggin' love that guy. dude.
Sonata.
Yeah, I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce his name, but I like that dude. He's really good in everything he's in, so he's gonna be playing that character. It's like, yes.
And he's a legit martial artist.
Oh yeah, dude. Good with
He's
a
got the-
sword. That's why he looks
he-
so believable.
He's got a new show coming out on Netflix, or not on Netflix, but on FX called Gung Ho. I believe it's
Really?
called Gung Ho or something. Yeah,
I'ma have to look for that.
No, it's not called Gung Ho. It's called Shogun. Sorry, it's called
Yeah,
Shogun.
Shogun.
Dude, I'm all
New
about
It's a
that.
remake.
coming out. Yeah, yep.
It's a remake of the original movie that came out in the early '80s.
So yeah, they're putting that's a new series that he's going to be in on FX. That's supposed to be, I think that's starting next year sometime. Because I just saw the trailer for that one too, and it looked really good. Mr. G says Arnie as old King Conan.
Yeah, I've actually heard that rumor. I don't know how true it is, but it would be really cool if they did, because they did have the King Conan comic books and graphic novels, or the book, I should say. Before that guy went totally insane after he got done writing the Conan novels, but I'd heard that rumor, and it would be really cool if they did.
I'll tell you what. I know a good movie from Arnie's past that would be great. This day and time, this movie would be great if done correctly.
When he played
The
a
Running
cowboy?
Man. No, The Running Man.
I knew you were gonna say that shit.
Oh,
I knew you
dude,
were gonna
Running
say
Man. Yep.
The Running
Yeah.
Man.
What happened to Buzzsaw? He had the split. Yeah, dude, that was so good.
Sub-Zero. Now he's playing Zero.
Yeah.
Because you see what they did when they remake Total Recall. That movie was trash.
That
The one they did with the Colin Farrell. Oh my god.
Let's be honest. We only watched the remake of Total Recall for Jessica Biel. That's it. That's all I watched it for.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with
That's
Summer
the
Catch.
only reason I watch any
Only reason
Jessica
I
Biel
watch-
movie.
Summer Cat. Stealth. When she's like sitting on that inflatable ball.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry guys, we all like Jessica Biel here. So
Yeah, she's a
Just saying.
favorite. Yep.
just saying. Yeah, just saying.
When she was in
I'm
Blade
ti-
3 shooting a bow.
Oh my goodness, man.
See, Mickey G, I completely understand what you're saying. Certain stuff should not be remade, but then certain stuff actually deserves a remake.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
if you can
Bullshit.
take a movie that was
Hold
done.
on. Now go ahead, guys.
No, I'm gonna say if you can take a movie that was done that was an exceptional movie, but the technology wasn't able to catch up to what the potential of the movie, you could do that again now if you cast it right, and it would just be an epic adventure. You know what I mean?
Case in point, Dune.
You know, the new Dune was pretty decent. I mean, it was slow going, but I liked it. The way they really
That's because
dug into the story.
they're building it up. Because I think it's supposed to be 3 parts,
yeah,
where the
yeah,
original was
second-
just 1.
Yeah, the second one's coming out soon, I think. I'm not exactly sure of the release date on that one, but I liked what they had put out so far, and I was just like, dude, this was like the book. So I mean,
Yeah.
it was done well.
It was done very well.
Now talking
Yeah,
about
right.
reboots, right? Dude, they're talking about rebooting Jason again. They're talking about
Oh
rebooting
God.
Freddy again. But
Oh no,
the only
don't
thing I'm
reboot
looking
those.
for,
Those
if they
are good the way
hold
they
on,
are.
no, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this, right? If they do Freddy, what's the guy's name from Final Destination? He was the main character.
Devin Sawa.
He wants to play Freddy.
Donnie Cho says stuff. What's going on, dude? I love that.
He
name.
wants
to
play
That
Freddy.
every time.
He said if
In
they
all
reboot
honesty,
Nightmare on Elm Street, he wants to play Freddy.
Kevin
know,
Bacon.
And think about how much he's done for the horror like the horror stuff. Final Destination, Idle Hands, like
Kevin Bacon is Freddy Krueger.
Kevin, what?
I was
Kevin
thinking
Bacon.
Kevin
I
Bacon
just-
is Freddy Krueger.
I mean,
I was
I
thinking-
couldn't.
Footloose meets Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't see Kevin Bacon going, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." You know, I just couldn't see him doing that. So
Dude, Robert
would-
England even said, "Yo, Kevin Bacon needs to be the next Freddy Krueger."
he's obviously got to be a Footloose and a Tremors fan to say that, because I don't know, man.
The original Freddy said who should be the next Freddy. Come on now.
Oh man. All right, whatever. If he said it, I'll just be like, all right, dude, we'll see. Okay.
Remake Moby Dick, huh?
Have you guys seen the what did you guys think of, just real quick, because it just came to mind when you said Moby Dick. I don't know why, but what did you guys think of the Last Voyage of the Demeter?
I haven't seen
Great
it yet.
movie.
I haven't seen it.
I
haven't
love
seen it? Oh my
what
God,
they did
it's
with
so
Dracula.
good.
Oh man, you guys gotta watch. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I haven't
I
seen it.
love
if you
what they did with
guys
Dracula.
have you guys have you actually read Bram Stoker's Dracula?
No.
Well, there's a chapter in that story of Dracula's voyage to America over this ship called the Demeter. Well, they made a movie about that, and it's absolutely wild. It really is. Yeah, you watched that with me. Yeah. Yeah, it was Oakley's back. He's like, that was terrifying. It was great. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, see, you have to understand,
all right,
most
so-
people are going to call me a bad parent, because when he was like 3 years old, I had him sitting with me on the couch while I'm watching, what was it? It was The Conjuring 2. And that part where you see like that at the end, yeah, it was The Conjuring 2 where the camera pans over and you see the nun and it goes rah and he starts crying. I didn't even think of it. And I was like, oh no, I'll change it. He's like, no, like he's trying to slap the remote out of my hand. I want to watch it. You know what I mean? So and ever since then, we're watching Predator movies and Godzilla movies and vampire
All right,
movies.
so yeah, me and you are the only ones that's seen this movie on this panel, right?
Oh my god, it's so good.
What do you think of their take on Dracula?
I liked it. I mean, the thing is that I think because Bram Stoker's Dracula, the movie itself, Gary Oldman playing that part was phenomenal. He was awesome.
Yeah.
But I just think that that's a movie right there. Like that's a prime example. As good as that movie is all on its own, could be remade to be in the vein of The Last Voyage of the Demeter, because Dracula was very old. Now, maybe you could say that Dracula hadn't gotten to the point of a monstrous type of thing, because by the time The Last Voyage of the Demeter, that part in the story, Dracula was a few hundred years old. From the actual beginnings where you actually see, you know what I mean? So I like what they did, because when you've literally got a vampire that's that old, they're going to be more on the monstrous side, more on the like animalistic primal type of side, but still be more intelligent than your average, person, I guess you could say, or the society at large. So, and I mean, in all honesty, they actually opened that up for a second movie where because I had heard about this being talked about, because the guy who was the one character at the end, I can't remember what his name was, Mr. whatever it was, because at the end of the not trying to spoil it, but there's a chance that you could see this character hook up with Van Helsing as they go and as he goes and chases after. The Last Witch Hunter was really good, Stacy. I actually own that. I enjoyed that movie. But yeah, I mean, that was a really good flick, and I like what they did with it,
that was.
It's kind of aging the character of Dracula, because I mean, as he goes, he's just getting more monstrous. You know what I mean?
Part 2 of Gargoyles.
And it's not like it's like jump scare movie.
Right.
It's like a gradual build up to like what's going on.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, the big climactic scene at the end is just absolutely insane. It really is. It's just like your heart starts beating fast. You're like, let's go. You know what I mean?
I wanted to film tech rendition of time history about Rogers Rangers.
What
Duty Bird? What the hell is Gargoyles? You gotta be more specific. Are you talking about the cartoon Gargoyles? Because that's the only Gargoyles I know of.
No, there was an old 70s movie of Gargoyles.
I think I very vaguely remember that.
It was one of them B-rated movies.
Oh, like Chud?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chud was good. That scared the shit out of me when I first see it. I was a little kid at the time. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, Chud.
And
Yeah.
Stacy, I'll tell you, you're talking about another Last Witch Hunter. Talking about Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is a just old school Dungeons and Dragons player. If they make another Dungeons and Dragons movie like Honor Among Thieves, I would love to see Vin Diesel play a role in that. I hope they make 10 more of those movies, because that movie was so much fun.
Him, the dude, was it Joe Maglianella? He's a huge D&D fan.
Yeah. Yep. Was that Joe Maglin? Was that the guy that was in Magic Mike, or the guy that was in the little guy that was in the Super? Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was Magic Mike.
Dude, he'd play a great
He's the guy that plays Deathstroke now.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Chud was disturbing as a young child.
Yeah,
Gargoyle.
Chud was disturbing as a young child. I'm right there with you on that one. That was an awesome movie, but it scared the hell out of me. You know what scene really scared the hell out of me as a little kid?
Oh, Duty Bird. I know the one you're talking about. I Frankenstein.
I Frankenstein was a good movie. Yeah. Yeah, it had Aaron Eckhart in it as Frankenstein, or they called him Adam in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. That was actually a fun movie. But do you guys remember Twilight Zone, the movie?
Yes.
Yep.
With that part, I'm just a little kid because I used to watch like Doctor Who, The Twilight Zone with my grandfather, Tales from the Dark Side. And I remember I was all excited they made a movie about it. And I'm sitting there and like the whole house is dark. My grandfather's passed out on the couch. And I'm finally sitting down in front of the big box TV watching the movie. I think I was like, oh God, dude, I was young. I think I might have been Oakley's age. And I'm sitting there watching it. And when he kind of goes, I'm going to show you something. And he dips behind and then comes out with the mask. Dude, I hollered, woke my grandfather up. He was so pissed. He shut the TV off. He's like, get a fucking bed.
The 800-pound TV.
Oh, dude. That was something else.
Yeah, going down the road. You want to see something really scary?
Wasn't that Dan Aykroyd, too? Wasn't that
Yep.
him? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, dude,
I'm
that's
trying to think who it was on the airplane with the gremlin.
William Shatner.
No,
William Shatner was the original.
Shit,
was,
who was that? It was a good actor too.
No, what? He was in fucking Third Rock from the Sun.
John Lithgow.
John-
That's who it
Yeah.
was. John Lithgow. That is the reason why I have never ever been on a major airline. I don't care what you say. Judge me all you want. I'm never going up on one of them big sons of bitches because knowing my luck, I will look out there and see some little ugly goblin bastard ripping an engine apart. Just like I will never go to Las Vegas because the minute I get there, there will be a massive earthquake and there won't be a fucking Las Vegas left. I'm not going to press my luck. That's all I'm saying.
I watched several books. I have to go back.
I take it you didn't like that one movie then.
What movie?
It came out, what was it, a little over a year ago? Where that one chick was flying on the bomber. And she had that case. And the plane was getting destroyed by a gargoyle or a gremlin.
Was it that Chloe Moretz movie or some shit like that?
Yeah. It was the girl that played in
she was in Kick-Ass 2, right?
Kick-Ass 1 and 2.
That wasn't like the Fifth Wave, was it?
No.
Okay.
This one, she had to jump on a plane and she had a package. And I think the package was a baby, wasn't it?
I don't know. I never saw that.
But during the flight, they're getting bombarded by a damn gremlin.
Oh my god.
Miss Dasher says
You know what's
remembers that one.
You know what's a really good horror movie? I don't know if you guys have ever seen it because it's got Matthew McConaughey, Powers Booth. It's got a wicked cast to it. Bill Paxton. He wrote and directed the movie called Frailty.
Yes, I've seen that movie. That was a good movie.
That movie is like literally one of my top 5 favorite movies. It is so good.
Like the dad is like a religious zealot and shit like that.
Well, the dad, he's not a religious zealot, but one night, it's just a single dad and his 2 sons. And one night, he gets the boys to bed. He goes and lays down himself and he wakes his sons up in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m. and he's telling them all this stuff that he got visited by an angel. And only he can see them. And his sons have to help them because that Satan has released the demons upon the earth. And it's up to them to destroy these demons, but they're hidden in normal people's bodies. And you go through the entire movie thinking he's just a serial killer. Like even one of his own sons is like, dude. I mean, there's a scene where he pulls his older son Fenton into like, because he builds this like kill basement under their shed, and he pulls him in after they come up out of the kill basement. He looks and he goes, Adam, go ahead. And he looks at Fenton and he goes, do you fear me? No, Dad. He goes, well, you shouldn't, because only demons should fear me, because the angel told me you were a demon. And I was like, oh, that's like a puckering moment even for me just watching it. And at the end of the movie, everything is revealed, and that is probably one of the best twists I've ever seen in a movie. That was so subtle that you could call it, but it just, I never even, you don't think of it when you're watching it. That movie was so good. That's right,
Howard
Duty
Booth
Bird.
played
That movie's awesome.
Pasture, what didn't he?
He played an FBI agent.
Okay.
And Matthew McConaughey comes in saying, I know who the God's Hand Killer is. And it's just this story within a story within a story. It's just, the writing and the direction is insane. Yeah, God's Hand Killer. Yeah, I thought I had that right. Yeah. I mean, that's just like this insane movie. It really is. And I mean, it's like the very little special effects that are actually in the movie, the scene where he gets the axe, Otis, I want one. I just want a two-headed axe that says Otis on it just for a prop on my wall because it's just so freaking cool.
They made a gargoyle movie in 1972. I haven't seen the one.
I think that's the original one I saw. Because there needs to be a part 2 to it, because the main gargoyles got away.
Well, there doesn't necessarily need to be a part 2. Oh, have you guys heard about that remake of Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Really? They're going to remake Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I will never watch that movie. I don't like clowns, man. I'm good. Every time I go to Spirit Halloween, I see one of them damn 8-foot tall animatronic killer clowns. I'm good. No, thank you.
I'm not finished this. Please don't not make this.
Clowns aren't creepy.
No, not at all. Especially when they come out of the woods at you. Sure, no, not at all.
Listen, somebody. All right, I dare one of you motherfuckers hop out the woods on me in a clown outfit. See what happens to you. I guarantee your ass is limping away. Seriously. Like I watched a few videos. I came across a few videos that people hopping out of the woods on these people in clown outfits. One dude pulled a gun on.
Yeah, I was gonna say what. I only saw one video of that dude because I carry. I'm gonna pull Winona if somebody hops out the woods or behind a house in a clown suit. I mean, I'm like, dude, go away. This ain't gonna happen.
Dude put a Glock on him. Made him sit on the floor. Made him sit on the floor and shit. Then I saw another one where somebody hopped out and this dude was in his car and he was like, "Yeah, fuck that," and hit the dude.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's what you call buck rat find out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You hop out the woods on the wrong person, you gonna be limping home. You crazy ass clowns.
Okay, Shadow in the Cloud. That's the other gargoyle movie.
Shadow in the Cloud.
That has what's her name from Kick-Ass.
Shadow in the Cloud.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
I've never heard of that movie. I'll have to check that out. See if it's on the movie site that I go to.
Another. I'm telling you, a wealth of movies, man. Tubi. I mean,
Tubi's got some good movies, man.
Dude, they have a whole section called found footage horror. I am all about that shit.
You know what I found on Tubi? Honestly, if you want to see some really good cryptid documentaries, whether it be Dogman or Bigfoot or any of that stuff, Tubi seems to have them. They've cornered the market on that stuff. I've watched some, and there's some good stuff on there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a huge fan of Tubi. I was close, David. Work for a bunch of stories. Dude, sorry, I'm just catching up in chat real quick. Frailty was awesome. Never heard of it, David. We'll get my son to download it. God's Hand. Yeah. So, all right. So, Chaos and Wilcott.
Yeah.
Question. Scary movie. What's the scary movie? What's the scary movie you saw that you just couldn't watch anymore?
Oh,
Hmm.
that's a really good question.
Like you saw it once and then that shit ruined you.
I don't know, man. I mean, I got a stomach for stuff like that.
A lot.
I don't
Like a lot of people. Go ahead.
I don't like shit that happens to kids. Maybe it's because I got 3 of them. I know what I mean? So I see Stacy say Pet Cemetery. Yeah. Pet Cemetery really, really, because I got 3 boys. So that scene with Gage, you know what I mean? Getting hit by the
that
truck.
was gut-wrenching.
And even actually, it was even worse. And truth be told, the remake of Pet Cemetery that has that is it Jason something that he was in the last he was in Terminator Genesis as John Connor and then got turned into a Terminator. But he was the lead guy that played Lewis in the Pet Cemetery remake, and they had changed it around. So instead of his son Gage getting hit by the truck, it was his daughter that got hit by the truck. And even though you see the impact, but it's filmed from behind the truck, so you don't actually see the kid getting smushed. But it's just like stuff like that. I don't like to see shit happen to kids. It never used to bother me until I had them. But man, an actual movie that bugged me so bad. I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, me on Pet Cemetery that really got me, yeah, it was bad when Gage got hit, but after when he hit him with that needle or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And Gage goes, "That's not fair," and he knew he was going to die, and he's going to have to deal with him dying again.
Yeah.
That really hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
A lot of people would say The Exorcist. That they
I really The Exorcist disturbed me, but I've watched it about 100 times after that. That was pretty good.
It never bothered me.
I think it was just the pea soup thing. I didn't eat pea soup for a long time after that, so
I wouldn't eat pea soup anyway. So
I like that. It's pretty good stuff. Ham and onions and carrots and bacon.
The original Candyman. I still can't watch that shit. No.
Yeah. That movie was pretty intense, actually. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, I can't watch that movie. Like, for years after that movie, I would go into the bathroom and I would look in the mirror and I would always be afraid like somebody's fucking looking back at me and that shit. Yeah, definitely Candyman. I haven't seen the new one. Is the new one? Freddy Krueger hit me all wrong. Didn't sleep for 2 weeks. Yeah, Tony Todd. I heard he is a nice dude. You know that scene in that movie where he has the bees coming out of his mouth? He was paid like fucking $5,000 per sting or some shit like that. He was paid a lot of money for that shit.
That was real?
Yes.
Yeah, it was real.
It was real.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That part, if there's a scene that bugged me, it's shit like that. Like all the bees coming out of his mouth and stuff, and like anything like that will, God.
You know they had an EpiPen handy.
He got paid a good chunk of money to let that scene happen.
Wow.
And to stand there and let it happen.
I'd just be like, yo, you guys go ahead and keep your damn money. I'm not doing that. And whoever wrote that in the scene, tell them in the script, tell the ass come see me in my trailer.
Yeah. I never want that person to work again.
But yeah, I haven't seen the new one. I think Bass has seen it. Bass, have you seen the new Candyman? Did you fall asleep? You probably did, fucker.
Sleeping Beauty. He ate brisket today, didn't he?
Yeah. like.
Well, we've been going for almost 3 hours
know.
now, so.
Listen, homie, I am wide awake. Like after we get here, I'm gonna go probably drive to the next town over, get some horse meat from McDonald's, and play
Nice.
Call of Duty the rest of the night.
I think after that, after this, I'm probably gonna make me some soup. I am in a soup mood.
The New England clam chowder.
Yeah, I think it's probably just gonna. I get some beef stew in the fridge, so I'm gonna completely assault that beef stew.
The red or the white? I always forget that one. The white. What scene is that from? What movie is that from? Come on, you movie buffs. Fucking hell. You kill him. Ace Ventura 2.
Oh man, it's been a while.
Don't mind me. I do that shit to people every day at work. Like I'll just say random movie quotes, be like, all right, what movie is that from?
You know what? Honestly, as a matter of fact, I can tell you now. I've thought of it, and Greg actually, even though he didn't say it, because all these certain types of horror movies that came out all this at the time, the early Hellraiser was pretty scary. It was cool, but Phantasm, the first Phantasm, really got me. The tall man with that like ball bearing, that like, ugh, that I don't. As a matter of fact, I think I watched that once. I don't think I've ever watched that movie again.
That would be really good to remake.
It would.
With technology now.
You know,
that and the Puppet Master.
Oh, dude, I love the Puppet Master movies, like all of them. They were so good.
Dude, if I'm not mistaken, that Phantasm movie, I think they just came out with another one, and that same dude is still in them damn movies.
You know, they actually did a remake of Hellraiser. It came out, I think, a couple of years ago, and
I heard it was trash.
You know, it wasn't as good as the original. You know what I mean? But for what it was by itself, it wasn't that bad. I watched the whole thing, so I mean, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it was okay. I'll just give it an okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, the original Hellraiser was terrifying. It was really cool. There ain't nothing ever gonna beat that movie. You know what I mean?
I think others like that found footage stuff, like the original Blair Witch Project and all these others.
I thought that shit was real. I didn't know. I'm like, oh my god, it's
if
real.
You think about it,
it's just a movie.
The found footage stuff really comes at you hard.
Oh, it does.
And it makes you think. Because that, that's more realistic than Freddy Krueger or Jason or something like that. That stuff really gets you. With the exception of, what was that one found footage movie that came out that was so damn popular? With the, Cloverfield. That made me sick watching it.
The first
with that
movie
camera
was
shake.
The best one, yeah.
I loved that shit.
Oh, it actually made me sick watching it.
I know a few people that it made him sick watching it, but it didn't bother me, but I enjoyed that movie. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the shaky camera angles and everything. I love that.
Because it gives it that realism, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why the hell did Reddit just open on my phone? What the fuck's going on here? Oh, so the last Phantasm movie came out in 2016. It was called Phantasm Ravager.
Really? I don't know why I've never heard of that.
So there was a total of 5 movies. Phantasm, Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, Phantasm 4, Oblivion, and then Phantasm Ravager.
Oh yeah.
I just wanna watch stuff and just hug you and just chill out and watch TV.
5 movies.
Well, after talking horror movies with this guy, I want to go watch horror movies now.
Please don't.
You heard that?
Please don't.
Oh man, I will do that to you, buddy. but it's a thought.
Come on, Chuck. Chuck, Cloverfield didn't suck. Be honest, it didn't suck. It's just you didn't like the shaky cameras. A lot, like they just said, a lot of people don't like it. It makes them nauseous, anything like that. But I look at it this way: if you play first person shooters, man, you should really have no problem with like a movie like that. Yes, the first Lake Placid was awesome. And Cloverfield playing me, things off, blah, 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 blah.
Lake Placid, that was the one with the ginormous alligator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've
Yeah.
seen that one. That was actually a good movie. That was actually a pretty
Yeah,
good
with
movie.
Betty White in it.
Yeah. There was this one movie, I don't know if it was called Mosquito. I'm not sure what the movie was. It was like this B-movie horror movie where it was a bunch of like people stuck out in the woods and these like mosquitoes that were the size of like, God, they were big. They were like the size of a
Vultures.
50-inch television. You know what I mean? Like they would come and like, yeah, dude, it was just like, God, it was horrible, but it was scary at the same time.
I remember that movie, and I'll do you one better. Do you remember the movie called Tick?
I do remember it, but I did not watch it because
It was along the same lines as that mosquito movie, Giant Ticks and shit. But it had Carlton in it. You know, Alfonso Ribeiro from Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
He gets bit by like some mutant ticks or some shit, and he ends up turning into like a giant tick monster.
Oh
like it was a crazy movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of those like Skeeter. There you go. Mr. G got the title.
Is that what
right.
it was? Skeeter?
Right. Skeeter. It was called Skeeter. Yep.
You know, actually, I just thought of
he lives down in fucking Louisiana.
I just thought of another movie that I watched once and never watched again. Was the original Sleepaway Camp.
I've never seen that.
Oh my God, it was insane. It was just one of those movies. It was like a slasher movie at a kid's summer camp or summer camp for teens or something like that. And it was like, God, the twist at the end of the movie was horrible. And I never went to a summer camp because of that either. So like, yeah. And yeah, The Mist was really good, Mickey. It was really good. Thomas Jane was fantastic. It's a Stephen King movie.
Yep.
So yeah, The Mist was good. It was a fun one.
Wasn't there another movie called The Mist that was made in the 80s?
I think so.
The Fog. No, that's called The Fog. That was about that pirate ship that would come in and fucking kill people and shit. They remade that in the mid 2000s to 2010s, and who was in that?
Because I vaguely remember something about school bus.
I think Josh Hartnett was in that damn movie.
Yeah, Stacy.
Okay.
They did like 4 other sleepaway camp movies.
But the one from the early 80s, you saw a school bus go into a fog bank, and all the kids were like zombies or something.
Hold up.
Because I remember
Hound Dog. How the hell was Cocoon scary?
Well, I mean,
Wilford
Brimley's a pretty terrifying individual. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm genuinely asking a genuine question here. How was Cocoon scary? I don't know.
Because I got energy to whoop somebody's ass again.
Yeah, right.
I was more intimidated by Batteries Not Included, which was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, because when Wilford Brimley went into the cocoon, he came back out without the diabetes, and then it was on after that.
Diabetes.
Yeah, and that's what his wife said.
You're right. It's like, Jesus, go back in the cocoon, God. Yeah.
Yeah, I just what?
You know, honestly,
I need context, Hound Dog. You need to explain that one.
As stupid as this is going to sound, with today's technology, I want to see a remake of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I'm just saying. I want to see it.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, Attack of the
That
Killer
was a
Tomatoes
great
was
cartoon.
awesome. It was like one of the best cult B movies ever made.
How does it kill people?
Giant killer tomatoes with big teeth. Or bite your head off.
Or even a new Blob movie.
Dude, the Blob was actually. Didn't they do a remake of the Blob?
I think I remember.
Like in the mid 2000s. Was it the 90s? Because it was a.
I think so.
Blob was like came out like around like what 70s or something like that. The original.
Yeah. The original came out in like the 50s.
Actually, I don't know if you guys knew this or not because I did not know this until recently. But they did a remake of the movie The Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had
more specific. We talking John Carpenter's Thing, or are we talking?
We're talking
15.
We're talking the John Carpenter's Thing. They did a remake of that, and it was it had I can't remember all the actors, but it had the dude that played Tormund's Giant's Bane and from Game of Thrones. He was in it. He died horribly, but I mean it was actually. I wouldn't say a remake. If they would say like a continuation with different people, it would probably be a better setup. You know what I mean? But I watched that. I was like, wow, it was oddly interesting. Special effects were really good though. I think they made it in like 2015 or 2016, something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember that now. Matter of fact, I do remember seeing something about it.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. It wasn't couldn't hold a candle to the original. But I mean, it was pretty enjoyable for what it was, you know.
I have not seen Attack on Titan, Duty Bird. I know that's an anime series. It does.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Attack on Titan was pretty decent. I heard a rumor that they were going to make a live action version of that.
Now that would be good.
That would be. I would really like that. Yeah,
but it needs to be done in parts.
Yeah, well, it's such a massive story. You couldn't do it all in one 2-hour or 2.5 hour movie. You'd have to have like a trilogy, I think.
At least.
I actually like Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan was a good movie. It was a good anime movie. Yeah.
Mickey G, what movie are you talking about? Because if you're talking about They Live, that wasn't Kurt Russell. That was Roddy Piper.
They Live. That's a movie I'd like to see redone. With today's technology.
Which not a lot of people know. They Live is based on a short story called 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And who was it? And whoever the director was says, "Oh, this is a documentary." We're like, "No, thanks." It wouldn't surprise me now that we know what we know, but you know.
Well, I think a new They Live would be awesome because you could you can use the whole social media aspects and everybody walking around on their phones and all this shit like that. I had Bass, was I telling you about the my fucking They Live theory, my They Live movie pitch? I got a whole movie for a remake of They Live written right here in my head, and it shit's pretty good.
Well, as long as they still have the 20-minute fight scene in it, I'm down. It's funny, Mickey. I own They Live as well. I actually found it in the used like the used section of Bull Moose Music, which is a local, movies, video games, music place that we have up here. And I found a Blu-ray version with the extra, all of the extra special shit they put into it. And one of them is the actual complete choreographed breakdown of the 20-minute fight scene between Roddy Piper and the other dude, which is just funny. You know what I mean? But
you know why it was such an epic choreographed 20-minute long fight? Because that's what fucking Roddy Piper does for a living.
Well, that's the thing. When you're watching it, the fight scene was only supposed to be like 5 minutes long, a few punches and a kick. But Roddy's like, "What if I do this? And how about I do this? And I'll jump up and drop kick him." And I'm like, "Oh, I can see that. Now I know what you mean now."
Found it in a DVD.
And then he jumps
bin
up
at
and says,
Walmart.
"Come on, Hogan."
Yeah, that's right. Let me tell you something, brother. I can't do Roddy
No.
Piper though.
So the Thing,
The Watchers. With
if I'm not mistaken, is actually a remake from a movie, I'd say in like the 50s, maybe a black and white movie, where a group of scientists in Antarctica find a spacecraft under the ice, and they excavate it, and then they thaw out, or they excavate it, they find a body in there, they bring the body back to base camp, and little do they know, the shit thaws out and it starts catching wreck all throughout the base.
Yep.
That's an old black and white one from like, what, I want to say the 50s.
50s or 60s.
The scary thing is they're doing that stuff now in the Arctic and the Antarctic, and who knows what's going to come out of there. For all we know, they're probably all a bunch of things down there right now as we speak.
Dude, I believe it all the way. That's why they don't want us fucking down there. Have you ever heard
plus all the Third Reich hidden in the ice down there?
All right, but I'm finger my teeth. Have you ever heard a Korean horror movie called The Wailing? That's scary shit.
The Wailing.
No.
Why does that sound familiar?
I haven't seen that, but there was a I want to say it's a Korean movie, and the monster. You know what the monster was? A fucking giant tadpole.
Oh, is that The Host?
Yes, that's the name of it.
Yeah. Dude, that when that thing jumped up out the water, when you really get that really first good look at it, and it's running up the side of this concrete thing, I was like, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of remakes that we were talking about, have you guys seen that Korean movie, Last Train to Busan?
No.
Dude,
I've seen parts of it.
It's literally one of the best zombie movies you will ever see in your life. It's like Walking Dead meets 28 Days. Actually, they're making another 28 movie. They're making 28 months later. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of new horror stuff coming out. They're remaking that movie, Last Train to Busan. They're making an American version called The Last Train to New York. And I'm pretty pumped because I really, really like that movie. The only thing that sucks was that I haven't been able to see. I know they have them now, but when I watched it, they didn't have an English dubbed version. So I had to watch this just insane movie about it, dude. Like literally, there's scenes where these like just small group of people are running away from all these zombies. Dude, there's like thousands of them running at them at one time. I mean, just it's like sensory overload, which is one of the big things about the movie. So I'm excited to see them do an American version. Also, of course, they're making 28 months later, which who knows what that's going to look like, because the first two movies are pretty crazy.
All right.
Yeah, Duty Bird, Last Train to Busan is good. And actually the sequel, which I think is called the Island, or the Last something Island, or something like that. I can't remember the name. Both movies were really, really good.
Yeah, right here, remake of the 2016 Korean film Train to Busan, about a father traveling with his daughter on a train during a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Watch the Americans ruin that fucking shit.
Oh, dude, I hope not. I hope they cast two really epic actors for this, and they just do it right up. Because I mean, I read the book. I've actually read the book twice, World War Z, and I liked the Brad Pitt movie. I thought it was a good movie, but I want them to go through and make another one, because there was some scenes, there was some epic battles in that book that they weren't able to put into the movie, like the Battle of Yonkers, man. Just if you remember the scene where all the zombies are like get over the walls in Israel, it's kind of like all those zombies. Now picture that like 2.5 million zombies all pouring down through the middle of Yonkers, New York, and you've got this one platoon, or like no, was it like three? No, it was like 2 battalions of U.S. Army trying to fight millions of zombies just running headlong into them. The way that the author described that was just like, wow, because it was like, yep, we found out that shock bombs don't work on them. And I'll be like, ooh.
Ralph, they have a it's like 1 or 2 animated Dead Space movies. They haven't done any I don't think they have any live action ideas for Dead Space in time coming out in time soon. They were talking about making BioShock a live action movie.
Dude, that would be awesome, because those games are super fun, dude. That's actually a great story for a movie, to tell you the truth.
But it is, if you follow the source material, or we'll end up with another Double Dragons movie, another Super Mario Brothers movie.
I mean, you could do that stuff because I played the BioShock movies, I played those games several times over and over, and I'm telling you right now, the tweakers that they have down in that like underwater city, we have them right here in Sanford. I mean, you could film it right here; it would be epic.
Event Horizon, that was a trippy movie. I really liked that one.
That was really good.
That movie doesn't get enough credit. I'll tell you what, I would like to see a prequel to Event Horizon. I would like to see what happened to that first crew, and how they ended up going through the what was it, Neptune? And Neptune ended up being like the portal to hell or some shit like that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I want to see how that all transpired, but we'll probably never see an Event Horizon 2.
I said it once, I'll say it several more times. I want more Grimm. I want them to continue the story with Nick and Adeline and the 2 kids, Kelly and Diana, as well as Monroe and Rosalie and the triplets. I want to see that badly.
Titan versus like the big Marvel
I wouldn't mind a mobile Dutch pay base. Which they remakes. Hound Dog. They did Swamp Thing was a TV show that they did maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it only had like, I think it was less than 8 episodes. They canceled this shit, but they did bring back. They did do a Swamp Thing show. Miss Stacy says she's so with you on Grimm. I watched like the first season of Grimm. Got into it, dude. And then Then my buddy was like, "Oh yeah, they canceled it after like what
6 seasons." But they actually were able to end the show. That was one of those rare times they said, "Hey, listen, this is going to be the last season coming up." So they ended it, and the way they ended it was epic. It really was, and it's just an awesome show, man. It really is.
Yeah, I hate when they cancel good shows.
I'm actually currently rewatching Grimm for like the 5th time on Peacock. They have the entire series on Peacock. I was like, yes.
They did one show I love, Jericho.
Jericho was a good. I'd like to see them redo Jericho now with today's technology. Would be even better.
Yeah, dude, it was a good story.
It is. As a matter of fact, speaking of really good shows that got canceled, there was a show that came out. Renee and I watched that thing. Every single episode, it was so good. It actually had Giancarlo I can't even pronounce the dude's name. He played
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he was in the show. It was called Revolution, and it was just a crazy show. It really was.
Wasn't that about like a global blackout or some shit?
Yeah, it was basically a science experiment by the government gone wrong, and all these little nanites came into were distributed into the atmosphere, and they reproduced. You can't see them because they're so small, but they reproduced by like the billions,
and they literally ate all of the electricity. Like they were stopping, so mankind got thrown back into the Stone Age, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
I think that's what we need.
Jericho is more simplified because they use nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Inside 55-gallon drums.
Yeah, it was like that
strategically
scene,
placed.
That scene in the opening, in the if I remember it right, because it's been a while since I watched it, but that scene in the opening episode, the pilot, where the people, I don't know where they're standing, but they turn around, they look, and they see just a mushroom cloud go up in the distance. It's like, oh.
Yeah, they're in Kansas.
Yeah.
It was Denver going up. And if they saw Denver going up, that means that was one hell of a damn bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Kansas is fairly flat all the way to Denver.
Now, if you want to talk, really good like disaster movies, 2012 was really good. That's still one of my favorites.
Yes,
with John Cusack and Woody Harrelson. I mean, just I don't know what it's going to look like when Yellowstone pops, but that's probably going to be pretty darn close. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I don't want to live near Yellowstone.
Yeah, dude, I live in Maine. I'm not going to get away from that. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to share caves with the fucking Sasquatches, and I don't know how well that's going to turn out. So,
hey, Callie, they were talking about remaking Face Off with Ryan Reynolds.
That would be good. Well, hey guys, I'm going to have to cut out here because I got to get this kid to bed because he will not go lay down without me. So.
You don't scold him, Rotten?
Huh? Yeah, I guess so. But he's just kind of standing here staring at the side of my head right now. So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I think we're about to end it because we've been going for like almost 3.5 hours anyway.
Yeah.
But
great
show. Everybody, thank you guys for joining us on the new edition of The Late Show. So, like I said, these shows like this, they will not be paranormal driven. We will be shooting the shit about everything else but paranormal. It may come up, it may not come up.
So I got a question. Are you guys going to still do a show that centers around paranormal, aliens, all that? Or are you just kind of taking a break from that?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering, is this the first episode of my 15-episode contract?
I want to break it up because I just get tired of me and Bash just ranting shit by ourselves. So I want to start breaking up and bringing people on to do this shit. I think I had fun tonight. And
oh yeah, this was fun. This was a good time.
You know, so I want to start doing this a little bit more, and yeah, we'll go from there. What, Chaos brother? Thank you for joining us, Mr. Willie Cut. Thank you for joining us, Bryce. Thank you for hopping in for a few minutes. I understand your phone was acting up. You guys, thank you for joining us and watching the Late Show episode number 2 with special guest Chaos Theory Productions. Do not forget on your way out, hit that like button. You know what I mean? That's all we ask over here. Hit that like button. And so you guys have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Try not to get into any trouble. And I'm about to go smoke a bowl and play some Call of Duty.
Nice.
Yeah. Lucky.
All right. So, all right. Anything to say to the folks, everybody? Oh yeah, everybody. If you're not subscribed to it, go subscribe to Chaos Theory Productions. And go
I do have a bunch of stuff recorded, editing as we speak. It's just I work a lot, so it's a slower process. And thank you guys for having me.
Hang on. Let me drop a link on that.
Yeah, and definitely go subscribe to Dave's channel, man. He's out and about in the wide world here. I imagine he's probably see some funky stuff like, there's probably a lot of reptilians over at the truck stops he goes to. So we're hoping to get some footage of that.
Speaking of reptilians, hold on. Have you seen that video of the dude walking down the street dressed as like a reptilian, like cosplay, and what he's saying and stuff?
Yeah, you sent me that video earlier. Yeah.
Oh my god,
that was really good.
He's like, I'm here, baby. I ain't going nowhere. No, I'm cooking something, man. I'm fucking starving.
That's why you fat now, my lord. You cooking at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Cooking
lost
another
15
brisket.
pounds. Nah, it's too late for that. I am gonna heat up that chili though.
Oh,
Yeah, your ass gonna wake up with your ass gonna wake up with acid reflux in like an hour and a half.
No, I'm not doing that. That's for tomorrow. I'm just cooking a freaking couple of sweet Italian sauces right now. That's all.
all right. Got your link.
All right, everybody.
Drop.
Yep. All right, everybody. For you guys, everybody go subscribe to Willie Cut's channel. Everybody go subscribe to Lord Commander Chaos.
That's right.
And we will see you on the next one.
And bow down to his porcelain bowl.
That's right. We are the men of the wall.
All right,
Just remember to flush.
It helps.
You might have to jiggle the handle a little bit.
Well, you know, I got push button. I'm into the future.
Jangling, 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 jangling. All right, let me end this before we start really going off the fucking rails over here. All right, everybody, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you again for joining us on the show. Hit that like button on the way out. Take it easy, folks.
Good night, everybody.